Hello everyone! I got it wrong. The break from this game will be next time actually. But that's okay, that means that we can play another round of this game. Ask him. I don't want to ask him, Haruka-san. I don't he's the kind of person who will tell me anything even if I ask him. There's no way he'll answer my questions and... Never mind. Haruka-san hung her head and fell silent again. But you've never properly spoken with him, right? And if that man really was Haruka-san's dad, you couldn't really call meeting and speaking with him pointless. We should go try asking him at least once. I guess. I'll be right with you. There with you, alright? Haruka-san looked up at me from under her eyelashes. Okay. If Riki-kun's coming with me, I'll go ask him. Yeah, let's do it. I nodded. We found the man reclining on a bench just like before. There he is. What was he doing? He was just sitting there, glaring at the passerby who were giving him a wide berth. Thought of approaching him was frightening, but I sucked in a breath and walked over. So you showed up again. The pressure felt paralyzing. But when I remembered the small presence of Haruka-san behind me, I spoke up. We need to talk. No, we don't. I don't chat with brats. Go home. There's something we want to ask you. And what do you want to ask? Just as I was forming the question, did you think I'd really say that, idiot? Get out of here. Get yourself out of my sight right now, or I'll do your pretty face in. Take that runt with you and go flirt around somewhere else, damn brats. I'm telling you, there's something we want to ask you. God, brats these days don't know when to shut up. What do you want? Are you Sho Sayusa-san? I had to start from there. The man laughed through his nose. No. How many times I gotta tell you, idiot? Let's leave, Riki-kun. But Haruka-san, it's fine. This guy's not going to admit anything to anything. It's just a waste of time. Let's go. Haruka-san turned and started away. There was nothing for it, so I chased after her. For an instant, there was a shift in the man's emotionless face. What was that all about? As I hurried to catch up with the silent Haruka-san, I thought about it. During a break, I went to talk with the dorm head. Sorry, excuse me. The dorm head was busy as usual. She was stacking documents into a cardboard box. Welcome! It's Naoi-kun. I'm surprised this dorm head doesn't have a, plot thing. What was I gonna check? Oh yeah. Okay, we're good. It's Naoi-kun. Sorry to interrupt. No, it's fine. Following my gaze, the dorm head told me what she was working on. It's about time for me to pick a successor. Have you decided on one? As a matter of fact, yes! And so, what do you need? Is it about Sayusa-san? Well, there is that. How did that business end up? Well, I'd like to do something about it. It's not like I can tell people to not gossip. There is really nothing I can say. The dorm head's mouth twisted distastefully. I see. Well, is Futaki-san around? I got back to my original reason for coming. She wasn't in the committee meeting room. Did you need something? Wah! I let out a yelp. Well, when did you get here? I've been here for a while, right over there. She jabbed her finger at where she had been standing. I've been helping sort through the papers. I didn't notice you at all. The ability to approach miscreants without being noticed is a necessary skill for a member of the disciplinary committee. I'd say it's more like when you're working. You're so silent no one notices your presence. Ah-chan senpai. What is that supposed to mean? Ooh, scary. I promise there What did you want to ask? I'll get right to the point. I want to see Haruka-san's you and her other father. I met him again yesterday, but he turned us away. And what is it you want from me? I want you to ask him on our behalf. Futaki-san let out an exasperated groan. Pray, why have you chosen me for that task, Rookie Naoe? I have a reason. 1. Haruka-san only knows that person from a picture. 2. You're the one who mentioned his sponsorship to me. 3. It follows that you likely know that person. Futaki-san laughed through her nose. It all sounds so logical. Alright, if you accept my condition, I'll give it some thought. Condition? We'll go together. How's that? After thinking for a moment, Futaki-san brought up her condition. I guess I'll reject it. Because it's stupid. I'll accept it. Fine. I see. What? Oh, it's nothing. The thought just came to me that you wish to save that girl. I don't want to save her. I just want to help her out. They're the same thing. She laughed through her nose again. Are you saying it's wrong to want to help someone? I never said it was wrong. It's simply your way of thinking you can just come along and save someone that I think is a little arrogant. Well, I guess to that child, you're probably like some kind of messiah. Listening to her soliloquy gave me an unpleasant feeling. I let her know with my eyes that I prefer she got on with it. Well then, shall we go? Right now? Of course. No sense in wasting time. Shut it off, walking so abruptly I had to chase after her hurriedly. Here again, huh? Father? Ah, it's you, Kanata. I want you to listen to this boy's questions. What, kid? You with this girl too? You player. I frowned as he let out a loud, unpleasant laugh while spouting such crass things. You should give it up. This girl's scary, you know. They're twisted ones, after all. That's not what we came here to discuss, Father. Fine, fine. We'll get your panties in a knot, Kanata. Who do you take after? That guy? I'm joking. Don't clear at me, Kanata. The man shrugged. Looked like he was pretty talkative with Futaki-san. I got something to ask you. No, you don't. I've got nothing to say to you. Go home. First of all, who the hell are you? I've got no obligation to talk to you. There's something I need to ask you. To Haruka-san, who was precious to me. I repeated myself. The man looked at Futaki-san. Futaki-san was silent. Spit it out, Sprout. I bit my lip. Then I took a deep breath and forced out the words. Are you Sho Saigusa? Yeah, I am. What about it? Are you Haruka-san's father? The man's face twisted. What do you say? What did you say? Asking if you're Haruka Saigusa's father. He didn't reply. The man pulled the dog end of a cigarette out of his pocket and jammed it into his mouth. I don't have to answer that. The cocky smile had completely vanished from the man's face. Kanata, you can leave now. Father, go home. But, no buts. Go. Fine. Futaki-san shot me a glance and then left without another word. Watch Futaki-san go. Would it have been bad if she had stayed? Silence. Waited for him to answer. What are you gonna do if I tell you? He spoke to me in a tone that was in a stark contrast with the one he'd been using. All I want to do is to just set things straight. Figure out which one the real father is. The real one? The man gave a spiteful laugh. A laugh that seemed very familiar. You say you want to know which is the real one. What are you gonna do then, knowing the truth won't change anything? In this world, there are parents who would strangle their children as soon as they're out of the womb. There are parents who would burn their mute kids with boiling water. And there's people who use their kids as tools and drive them to suicide. There are loads of people just like that. If the real father was a guy like that, then what would you do? Would you still be interested in asking those kinds of parents the same question? If that were the truth, all of it would bring us Always pain, not a single benefit. That's why I'm not going to answer your question. So does Futaki-san know the answer? Who knows? Is Haruka-san the only one who doesn't? Beats me. No idea. The man was obviously lying. I sat on a bench in the courtyard, lost in thought. I was waiting for Haruka-san to show up so we could talk. In the end, seems like no one is inclined to tell the truth. Not either of the fathers, nor the mother, nor Futaki-san. And I got the feeling Haruka-san wasn't telling me everything either. Maybe I'm just too drunk on the thought of appearing as some kind of a hero to Haruka-san. That thought floated to the surface. For someone to save someone, the idea had an arrogant sound to it, just like Futaki-san had said. Even so, if a person is in need, I still want to be able to help them. The same way I had been helping such a long time ago. Someone was in trouble, I wanted to be able to help that person. The sky, which had been clear until now, seemed to feel my emotions and grow cloudier. Ah, there you are. Haruka-san? Afternoon, Ricky. Is it alright if I share the bench with you? Yeah, of course. Thinking about something? You should take a break. Here, I baked a chiffon cake, and I brought some jam like you requested last time. Haruka-san showed me the bag with red and purple jams that she'd bought. There's an apple and blueberry, strawberry, and butter too. She had a butter knife as well as a small pair of scissors she prepared meticulously. I think I did a good job again this time. Go ahead and take a bite. Yeah, thanks. I cut off a slice of the chiffon cake in the cake box. Took a piece of the slice and ate it. Ricky-kun, that's bad manners. I bought forks and all. The cake melted in my mouth deliciously. Huh, it's way better than before. Is it? Thanks. The one before was just a little dry. Dry? The texture, you know, was a little different. What was it? Something seemed out of place. I guess it's a result of my training. Yeah, I guess that's it, huh? As I tried to grab a paper napkin, the fork caught on my sleeve. Ah! I hurriedly made to pick it up the fork that had fallen to the ground. Bump! Ow! As both of us bent down the fork, our foreheads hit. That hurt, Ricky-kun! Sorry. Even though we'd been seeing each other every day, my heart started pounding. I caught a light scent of mint. It was the scent from Haruka-san's hair. Ow, you're surprisingly careless. Haruka-san admonished me as she wiped the fallen fork clean with the red and purple handkerchief. Only occasionally, but sorry. Two of us leaned back on the bench again. Well, it's fine. Haruka-san deftly cut open the small jam pouches with the scissors. But then she abruptly withdrew her right hand that was about to offer them to me. You should probably see what it tastes like plain first. But I already had it plain. That was just a tiny bit. Here, eat up, eat up. Hey, you didn't have to shove it. There's still some left over. Something strange is going on. You can give the rest to Masato-kun and the rest of the guys? Yeah, I'll do that. Having eaten something sweet, my sunken feelings seemed to clear up a little. Haruka-san must have been feeling the same way. She murmured something softly. I wonder if we should stop here after all. You mean the research? Yeah, if my parents don't want to talk, there's really nothing for it. True enough, there was little we could do if her parents refused to cooperate. If I said, let's stop, would you be upset? Haruka-san didn't meet my eyes. Eh? Well, if you think about it, if it turns out I'm not Sho Saigusa's kid, that means she is. In other words, this time it'd be me backing her into a corner. If it turns out like that, I don't really know what I should do. Feel a pang thinking of her going through the same thing I have. I mean, it'll be just shoving all the negative stuff onto someone else. I don't think something like that will end up making anyone happy. That's why I think it'd be best if we stopped here. Haruka-san raised her head and smiled. What do you think we should do? I was stuck as to how to answer that question. Is it really alright to give up here? Is it enough already? Let's save. And, let's check. Yes, I'm giving up. I'm done. I think it's alright to give up here. I didn't manage to find a single clue. I figured that Haruka-san had a point. If you're really alright with it. I'm used to drawing the old maid, and I guess that's it for the research. Yeah, thanks for all the help, Riki-kun. Nah, don't mention it. No, I'm serious, really. Thank you so much. Haruka-san bowed her head. Better get going. Alright, the chiffon cake was delicious. Thanks. You're welcome. Haruka-san stood up and shifted over to my side, then made a beckoning gesture to me. What is it, Haruka-san? There was a sudden soft warm feeling against my cheek. The faint scent of mint filled my nostrils. Haruka-san? Yeah, it's a thank you gift. Geez, you surprised me. It's just a simple thank you, so calling for me anymore is a no-no, okay? With a soft chuckle, Haruka-san touched her right index finger to her lips. Bye-bye. While I was still trying to work out what she had said to me, Haruka-san walked away. She really is so random. I smiled bitterly. So for the announcement, homeroom is over. Day duty students, over to you. Listened to the voice of the homeroom teacher and murmured to myself without realizing. Morning sure's been quiet. Wonder what I have been hoping for. Turned my head to look at the classroom filled with the usual noises. Quiet morning is good too sometimes, I guess. But what was it? Hang on a minute. Okay. Oh. Though we had stopped the investigation, I still expected Haruka-san to show up, but she didn't. With a quiet, sliding noise, Kyosuke dropped into the classroom. Do you want Saikusa to come visit? I was once again surprised at how easily he saw right through me. Yeah, maybe. Has Saikusa infected you with something, Ricky? Jeez, that girl. She didn't infect me. Then you're free to hang out. I could see Kenko's face looming over Masato's shoulder. Hey, Mark. How you doing? You see? Well, that's good. I'm glad you see. How you doing today? It's good to see you again. That's the kind of conversation we had in the morning. During the break, I saw Futaki-san fixing some posters in the hallway again. After adjusting the push pin several times, she nodded to herself, satisfied. Futaki-san noticed me. Did you need something? Not in particular. Then I'd like for you to stop staring at me. That Futaki-san went back to her work. Huh, that was a lighter reception than usual. Earlier she had always treated me with open hostility. What? It's nothing. I see. Yeah. The posters Futaki-san was fixing were advertisements for the various school clubs. Are you wondering what it is I'm doing? I'm taking down anything that's past its post-time deadline. Experimenting with mint. Oh, be careful. I apologize, Mark. I don't like mint, actually. But whatever you do, I wish you luck with the experimenting of minces. So that's what it was. Not tearing that one down, I pointed at the poster that read, Home EC Club is looking for members. Join us! This one's fine. Wondered if there was some special criteria. Well then, on to the next one. She murmured softly while giving her left shoulder a pat with her right hand. What kind of experiments are you doing? What? No, I was just thinking how you're serious in little tasks like this. Think it's okay to leave it to others because it's a small task. She nodded pridefully. More efficient to clear away little tasks right as they come up, so that we can focus on more important matters as they arise. Don't you have a pile of other things you should be doing too? I think you'll be happier if you get those out of the way right away. Leaving that sentiment with me, Futaki-san left. Sorry for being so lazy, murmured to her back. Meant for her ears, I was just grumbling to myself. Mint leaf to jello, but the jello looks like a mint leaf and it tastes like mint. Strange. That's what experiments are for, though, right? During break, I was walking through the courtyard. I saw some familiar faces. Are you alright, Kujavaka? Yes, thank you for your concern. Kud was sitting on a bench talking to Futaki-san. How about yourself, Kanada-san? Are you alright? Me? There's nothing really going on with me. I see, but up to now you've been really tense. Sometimes you just look like you're in pain. That doesn't concern you. That may be. It just might be true. But when you say, does it concern you, it seems to me as though you wish to concern others, Kanada-san. Sorry, I know I'm being meddlesome. It's over for me, even if you are starting to worry about me. Don't you want it to be over? Futaki-san seemed to flinch at Kud's words. Why would you say that? I haven't used the word mint that much in a sentence. Impressive. New mint, achievement. No particular reason. Just something that popped in my mind, that's all. Please don't speak such things without any basis. Wafu, I'm sorry. I thought I knew what to do, but I don't anymore. And I can't figure out what I should do now. Futaki-san snorted. It's better if you don't do anything. Really? Will that be better? Kujavaka. I wanted to change myself, but I haven't changed at all yet. You are fine as you are. You're just fine. It's hard to change oneself. Isn't it even harder not to change? Maybe so. Would they sound like Would they sound like that if they were English? Maybe. They would sound better than how I'm making them sound, I know that much. So maybe it would be better if Kanata-san could change too. Are you that worried about me? No, it must be troubling to be worried about by someone like me. That's not so, Kujovaka. Thank you. Thank you. I should get going. Kud called out to stop Futaki-san just as she started walking away. Kanata-san? Yes? If you don't mind, I'd like to show her the same kindness you showed me. Next time! Futaki-san fixed Kud with her gaze. I see, if I feel like it. She walked off toward the school, or door, or whatever. After that, watching her leave, Kud took notice of me. Walked over to the bench. Hello, Riki. Is something the matter? It just made me curious when I saw you talking to Futaki-san. She seems very worn out. It doesn't look like I'm able to help her. Maybe if it's Riki? No, never mind. Please forget I said anything. I'm just feeling a little down for not being able to help Kanata-san. Well, I should go now. Draco's feeling ill, so I need to take her to the vet. Bye-bye, Desu Riki. What I said there? Watched as Kud walked out of the courtyard. It was time for the next class. Boo! Wah! Someone suddenly grabbed my arm from the side. What? Oh, Haruka-san. Please don't scare me like that. Sorry. Yeah, haha. But, hello. I was worried when you didn't come by the classroom. Oh, were you waiting? My most humble apologies. I just had a little something to do. I see. Haruka-san was just like she always was. Seeing her smiling face set my heart at ease. Were you worried about me? Thanks. Hey, don't cling to me like that. We're in the hallway. It's fine. Hey, it's almost time to go to class, Riki. What the heck are you doing? Masato, is it that time already? According to Kyosuke's intelligence, we're gonna have a mini test at the start of class. Though I have no idea why he even chose the content of the lower years classes. Kenga was there too. Well, that's how it is, so I need to go now, Haruka-san. How boring. Skip with me. Telling you I can't do that. No. Can't be helped then, I guess. Haruka-san released my arm. Guess I'll go find something else to play with. That said, Haruka-san slipped around the corner and vanished. Good grief, it can't be helped indeed. Smiled wryly. That's all for today. Homeroom was over. The classroom was bustling. Casually glanced toward the hallway and saw Haruka-san there. She gave me a small wave and smiled. Seemed like she needed something from me. Wonder what's up? I took a look around the classroom. Kud and Komari-san were trying to wake up Masato, who'd fallen asleep during class. Rin and Kurogaya-san were talking about something. It was the same scene as usual. It was kind of relaxing. Grabbed my bag and headed for the door. What's up, Haruka-san? Hello, Riki-kun. You couldn't hang out with during lunch, so I came by to invite after school. So that's it. Sorry, I would have if I could, but it's fine. You had work to do. Schoolwork is a student's duty. You did the right thing. Haruka-san smiled. That's what I like about you, Riki-kun. Foo-foo, what's wrong, Riki-kun? You're blushing. That's because you said something like that. I like what I like. I can't control it. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I know what you mean. Headed downstairs and toward the exit. So what do you want to do? Good question. Haruka-san thought about it. Let's play with the doggy. Doggy? Haruka-san pulled out a whistle from her shirt. Beep! A whistle, the one the prefects use? Grrr, woof! Strelka. Strelka was wagging her tail. Strelka! Haruka-san stroked Strelka's head. Grrr. Strelka narrowed her eyes and let out a friendly growl. You're friends with Strelka now? I gave her sausages. So that's it. Didn't think Strelka would be so easily tricked. No, it was a pain, a real pain. And now we get along even without the sausages, don't we? Strelka tilted her head to one side and barked. It was like she was saying, no we don't. But she was wagging her tail. We're friends now, so she comes when I blow the whistle. To get the whistle from Kud? Yeah, that's right. Borrowed it from little Kud. Good dog. Haruka-san was playing with the dog. Didn't think I'd ever see anything like it before. Now I present to you, ta-da! Haruka-san had produced a bone. A lamb bone. Strelka appeared to be overflowing with interest. There you go. Whoosh! She threw the bone. Woof! Strelka ran after it. She was back before long. Grrr. Sure is fast. Woof! Strelka growled while still holding the bone in her mouth. Wonder if she knows what she's supposed to do. What is it, girl? Grrr. Whoosh! Strelka swung her neck around and threw the bone. Seriously? Want me to go get it? Unable to catch it, Haruka-san went over and picked up the bone lying on the lawn, and came back. Grrr. Shoko seemed a little upset. I lose. Woof. Okay, I get it. I need to do it too. Now, Stroka. Whoosh. Haruka-san ran after the bone. Wow, she's fast. She planted her right foot and stretched out her right hand. The bone easily flew into her hand. Fun. Fun. What's that look in your eye? No thing. Just Stroka, throw it again for Riki-kun. Wow, I ran after it. Ooh, that was fun. Haha, I was breathing heavily. It's like I was the only one who actually ran. Haruka-san grimaced a little. What's wrong? I think I twisted my ankle a little. It's throbbing. Where? Stretch down and touch Haruka-san's ankle. I don't think it's that one. Didn't seem to be your left ankle. Hang on, can I just check something? I gently touched her right one. Tch, doesn't seem to be swollen. If it were, you wouldn't be so cheery. Haha, my bad. Let's go to the infirmary. Thanks, Riki-kun. Let me my shoulder and headed for the infirmary. The nurse wasn't there. She wouldn't be here at this time. Really? I think she's at the dorm counseling office. I see. I wonder where she keeps the warm towels. Hey, Riki-kun. Yeah? Looked at the bed. Haruka-san was sitting there and she had taken off her right knee sock, idly swinging her legs. Sock until the nurse gets back. Sure, but shouldn't you treat it as soon as possible? If I put something cold on it, it doesn't hurt that much. I see. I'm a complete loss. Sit down next to Haruka-san. Hear the voices of the students from the sports clubs running around. Seemed to be coming from some kind of far-off place. The room was quiet enough to invite the kind of delusion. Wonder when she'll be back. About an hour, probably. Sure are well-informed, Haruka-san. Yeah, I often come here to sleep when I skip class. Haruka-san. Yeah, don't look at me like that. Women have a lot of troubles, you know? You're right, sorry. Probably rests here on those days. Come to think of it, Haruka-san said she hasn't been feeling well. It's fine, don't worry about it. Sure is quiet. A slight weight popped onto my shoulder. Haruka-san's head was gently resting there. Infirmary is always quiet. People really come here. That's why I like it. Because it's a completely different place. I said something like that before, Haruka-san. As I spoke, Haruka-san smiled a little. I said something like that? Yeah, you did. I understood the meaning of that phrase. Haruka-san, it was a different place than her classroom. I understood the weight of those words. I see. The infirmary is a place you can come to have your injuries healed. It's also a place you can take refuge in. Haruka-san sighed as she whispered this. When I'm having a hard time, hurting or sad, when I can't even be in my dorm room, I sleep in this bed. Haruka-san, the way she was whispering was so lonely. She looked up at me. Gently our lips met. Nah. Haruka-san's body shook slightly. What's wrong? Are you scared? Yeah, a little. We only had kissed for a moment, but Haruka-san was shaking. Seemed like I was scaring her. Won't tease you, Haruka-san. When I said that, Haruka-san hung her head for some reason. Riki-kun. What? Yeah. Haruka suddenly lifted her head and threw her lips against mine. Our teeth collided with a clack. The sudden kiss caused me to lose my balance. Ah! Haruka-san collapsed on top of me. Haruka-san! The tuft of her hair danced lightly in the air. She had a nice, refreshing smell. Riki-kun. Haruka-san? Thinking about something dirty? Her face was very close, looking straight into her eyes, causing me to falter. I'm not. Liar. Your heart is beating pretty fast. Her hand was pressing against my chest. It was embarrassing to think that she could feel my pulse through the right hand pressing against my chest. Heart was hammering. If it's what Riki-kun desires, if it's what you desire, I will do anything. That's how much I love you. What are you talking about? It's a line from a foreign drama. A girl says it to a boy. Haruka-san's expression was dead serious. I don't want to. Haruka-san, not sure what the teacher will be back. We shouldn't, Haruka-san. It's fine, Riki-kun. There's nobody here right now. Not the problem, Haruka-san. Nobody is watching, so it's okay. Suddenly notice, right hand pressed against my chest. It was still shaking. I could smell it faintly, a fragrance like mint. Finally noticed that there was something a little different about that. Didn't Haruka-san say that she hated the smell of mint? No way. Why? What's wrong? We can... So you finally noticed. Her voice was flat. Disgusting. Truly disgusting. You and me. We're disgusting. This Haruka-san, who wasn't Haruka-san, whispered and covered her face. I got the feeling that I'd somehow hurt both of them. Why didn't I understand what was going on? Why? Welcome to being the lowest of the low. She spoke in a very, very sad voice, felt a kiss on my cheek. At that moment, my vision went completely dark. An intense drowsiness, no, that wasn't it. More intense, like cloth being forcibly ripped. Tear, sound of the world being torn apart. Even so, you noticed. I apologized, Riki Naoi. Even if going further wouldn't have been fair, you had to notice. Maybe if it gone this far with you knowing it was me, forget about me. Don't concern yourself with a disgusting person like me. Don't come back. You can't save anyone. Stop this farce and we'll run away together. Farewell, you good-natured altruist. Vision became blotted with pure black, before it could say anything that was swallowed by the darkness. Oh no! What happened? Okay, I'm sorry. I messed up. Just give up. Whee! I want to. Okay, I nodded. Are you sure? Are you really sure? Yeah, because I love you, and I want to do it. Riki-kun, Haruka-san called my name in a somewhat strained voice. She shook her head a little. So I was the girl that Riki-kun wanted. Haruka-san clumsily stroked my cheek. Her fingers were shaking. What's wrong? Having your wishes granted isn't always a good thing. There are wishes you shouldn't have. Riki-kun, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. She hung her head and started crying. Why is she apologizing? Why is she crying? The questions went round and round in my head, but I couldn't find the words. All I could do was watch Haruka-san as she sobbed. The next day, heard a single rumor. The rumor was Haruka-san withdrew from school. Did you hear? Did you hear about that girl? Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised. Are they investigating it? No, they caught her red-handed. So I guess she finally did it, eh? Said she was waving a knife around. Heard she was expelled when they found out. Really, I heard she was under house arrest. She's not here. Just like I'd done before when I wanted to talk to her. I went to Haruka-san's classroom, but I didn't find her there. Excuse me? Yes. Is Saigusa-san there? The female student didn't hide her surprised look. Haven't you heard? The rumors, I mean. I know, I'm trying to find out the facts. She suddenly vanished. That's why there are all those rumors now. I see. Thanks. Hey, just remembered, aren't you that girl's... Walked away before she could finish her question. As I thought, I'm not needed after all. The person I love can't even tell if it's me or not. There's no reason for me to be here anymore. There's no reason for me to respond when someone calls out to me. Doesn't matter anymore. I've lost everything. Almost everything. Heard the sound of a car horn. I could see the asphalt very close by. Thought that went through my head that moment was disappear. Sound of shoes striking a puddle violently reverberated in my ears. All over the school, rumors around why Haruka-san had left school went running rampant. Spread like wildfire. But after a few days, people got tired of the topic. Everything I heard was way too exaggerated to be considered seriously. Couldn't connect to her cell. Didn't respond to my messages. I looked all over the school grounds for her, but Haruka-san was nowhere to be found. Haru-chan, what's wrong? Something happened to Haruka? Komori-san and Rin spoke in worried tones. Riki-kun, do you know anything? I don't know anything either. Kun looked like she was about to cry. In a panic, I tried to console her. Kun, don't cry. Riki! She stopped mid-sentence and shook her head. I couldn't help it all. I'm sorry. She bowed deeply and apologized to me. I asked the prefects whenever I ran into them, but their response was always icy. Without even stopping to think, they all answered like, Saigusa? I have no idea. Huh, wasn't there someone like that here? Haruka-san. Felt a chill on my spine. Looks like it started to rain. Looked out from the school entrance. As I watched, huge ashen clouds drew together and heavy raindrops began to fall. Ah! School gates, I saw a figure holding up an umbrella. Looking at that person's back as they stood in the rain gave me a feeling of solitude. But they're walking that way. Haruka-san? As I drew near the gate, I recognized the characteristic twin tails. Slowly, Haruka-san turned to look at me. Yeah. Hello, Riki-kun. Don't just hello me. Where's she been until now? Why hadn't I been able to contact her? The questions and doubts were rushing After hearing those final words, the bottomless darkness took me. Oh my gosh. How about instead of just giving up at that one choice, maybe don't give up. We're not giving up. Why? There was something strange in her voice. Could it be? Haruka-san, have you had a change of heart? What do you mean? I mean, you're always saying bad things about Futaki-san. Now all of a sudden you're thinking objectively about the whole thing? Just who are you? Sorry I'm late, Riki-kun. I spun around. It was Haruka-san. Oh my gosh, there's two of them. Who? A smile had vanished from the face of the girl in front of me. Are you Futaki-san? She didn't answer. Riki-kun, what's going on here? Chiffon cake, mint and marmalade, right hand and scissors, that feeling of something being out of place. Why would you do this? Why would you do something like this? Hey, do you even understand what you're doing? Hey, please explain this. Why do this? Riki-kun, come on. Haruka-san, what's going on? Why does that person look just like me? Drawing near the bench, Haruka-san murmured to herself in shock. No way. Why? Chiffon cake? It's a lie. This has to be a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. I won't believe this. Haruka-san swept to chiffon cake and jammed off the bench, and they fell onto the ground. She then grabbed the scissors and held them up, trembling violently. Haruka-san, Haruka-san. I mean... Without saying anything, she took off running. As I stood there dumbfounded by the shocking reality, I saw Haruka-san go chasing off after her. Haruka-san! Started after both of them. Though it had been a sunny day, the courtyard was suddenly cloaked in shadow. As soon as the light had faded, it began to rain. Under the darkening sky, I chased the two Harukas. I could hear arguing voices over the sound of the rain. And I saw Haruka-san from behind. Then she applied a finger to her eyes and looked right at me. Slowly, she pulled loose the bands tying her hair. Zing! In a puddle of water, the two ripples spread. That face, so alike yet so different from Haruka-san's, with an overpowering expression. Again, you've been cheating me. It's always like this. You're always making an idiot of me. You're just laughing at how pathetic I am, because you're free to do whatever you want. Always. You always snatch everything away from me, and then look down on me. Would you just stop it? Stop playing me for a fool already. Liar. You hypocrite pretending to be Miss Perfect. The drizzle began to lighten up. Even though you told me you were allergic to eggs, that you couldn't even touch them. Futaki-san's face reflected in the puddle, twisted in scorn. and gripped her fists tightly. Your boyfriend said so too. And it was bad. Shut up, shut up, shut up! I tried my best, but you have to come, and snatch it all away, and you take everything from me. A murmured voice slipped out of her mouth. Just die! You should just disappear. You weren't here, I wouldn't be like this. Because you're here, it's all your fault. Yours! Die! Haruka-san was screaming violently. Her feelings were flooding out with the force of a broken dam. Trying for the tragic heroine routine? All Futaki-san did was snap another snide comment. You're so convincing you're the victim here, it makes me want to vomit. You crave to be the most pathetic person on the planet. Even though you're just fishing for pity from whoever will give it. As long as you're cared for, everything's fine. Isn't it great? You found someone to shower pity on you. Someone to comfort you. Someone to care for you. But that's just an illusion, just a happy dream. Nobody can save anyone else, not you, nor him. You're not a god. Haruka-san shook me off and dove at Futaki-san. Haruka-san! She was completely consumed by rage. That's when I noticed it. Drawn by the commotion, stood at a distance, their umbrellas like a garden of flowers. The people who met my gaze hurriedly turned to go on their way. Haruka-san! I put my arms around Haruka-san, who was standing stock still. Haruka-san suddenly returned my embrace and broke down into sobs. I'm sorry, Haruka-san. Patted her back softly. Even when the sudden rain had run its course, Haruka-san still hadn't stopped crying. The two of us were silent until we arrived at her house. I looked down at Haruka-san's left hand, which felt chilly to my touch. She was clasping my hand tightly. For that moment, I believed the strength of her grip was a reflection of the strength of her feelings toward me. Haruka-san, we're here. Don't you want to go inside? After what had happened, I doubted she would be able to go back to the dorm, so I had walked her all the way to her home. Haruka-san? Are you going home? Her voice cracked a little as she said the question. Do you want me to go home? Haruka-san shook her head fervently. Stay with me. No, go away, Riki-kun. Okay. I nodded. Inside of her house was silent. Happily, it looked like no one was home. Feeling better? Yeah, that's good. Sorry, Riki-kun. You don't need to apologize. I've shown you something shameful again. Wasn't anything to be ashamed of. It eats at me to say it, but Hmm? It sent me to say it, but what she really said is the truth. There was no one around to teach me how to cook, so egg dishes are the only thing I can make. I used to think it was my specialty or something. Looks like I've lost the one thing I thought I could do that she couldn't. That's not true. It is true. I really am a worthless good-for-nothing. That's not true. Then what can I do? Well, no answer comes to mind, right? There isn't anything, really. The warmth was leaving Haruka-chan's voice. Look straight into her eyes. There is something. You can look... big blue eyes. There is something. What is that? You're able to make me fall for you. Haruka-san's eyes widened. That's something she cannot do. Her expression softened. You're being conceited, Riki-kun. You make it sound like being liked by you is something special. Tears were rolling down Haruka-san's cheeks. Is there any other meaning for the word love? That's such an embarrassing line, Riki-kun. No one can hear, so it's fine. I can hear you. That's because I wanted you to be the one to hear it. Yeah. Our lips met softly, but I might be the kind of person who doesn't care who it is. The truth is, it couldn't be that I don't care who it is as long as they love me. That's fine. It's fine. Even if that's true, it won't change my love for you. Fudge. I sat down next to Haruka-san and entwined my fingers with hers. Then slowly, I kissed her. So it's alright, you don't have to worry. Alright, heh. Really? Yeah, really. But I'm always causing you trouble, Riki-kun, and exploiting our friendship. And I still don't think I deserve someone to love me. Stop. I just told you that I'm going to change my mind. But she's so much... she's... Haruka-san looked like she was going to start sobbing again. Started stroking her hair in alarm. Ooh, sniffle. Don't worry. I won't get stolen away. So don't cry. Yeah, I understand. It's true. You noticed it. That she wasn't me, I mean. Haruka-san sniffled loudly. Yeah. Ah. That's a better picture. Whoops. That's a better picture. She's smiling here. Good. As her lips parted, Haruka-san let out a relaxed sigh from deep within her chest. You know what, Haruka-san? Just stay close to me a little longer, Riki-kun, then I'll be all right. Just don't leave me alone. Her breathing rapidly turned shallower until she was fast asleep. The relief must have finally got to her. All I could do was pray for a girl I love to be able to at last find peace, even if only in her dreams. For a moment, I had no idea where I was. Something warm was covering my forehead. You awake? Heard Haruka-san's voice. Little by little, my memory came back to me. Oh, that's right, I'm in Haruka-san's room. I'd fallen asleep while holding Haruka-san's hand. What time is it? It's already past curfew. Oh. I was gonna wake you up, but wanted to keep watching your sleeping face. Sorry. Nah, it's fine. Why are you covering my eyes? We're kinda sleeping on my lap, so it'd be embarrassing if you look up. Uh-oh. Thinking while I was watching your sleeping face. Haruka-san sighed. What were you thinking? I was wondering how it was for my parents. Wonder if they felt like I do now, being able to hold and be held by the one I love. Yeah. I don't know if maybe it was because I'm childish, but I can only feel safe in the arms of someone I love. Like it patches up a hole in my heart. And? Yeah. You see? I wonder if that's what those two also thought back then. You talking about your two fathers? Yep. What if my mother had told them both that she loved them? And I was thinking how that was just weird. I wonder if she really didn't hate the situation. If it were me, I would have hated it. All I need is one person to love. Wonder why those two put up with it. Maybe they both really loved your mother. And so my mother loved both of them in return? Hey, Haruka-san, have you ever asked what the relationship between your two fathers was? Now that you brought it up, no, I haven't. Two fathers and one mother. What had been real circumstances between them, their genuine feelings? Wonder what they were feeling. It's odd. What's odd? I mean, before now, I never even wondered about the stuff that led up to me being born. Just kept mulling over the reason I had been born. I wasn't thinking of anyone but myself. I wonder why our folks did such a thing. Let's ask them, Haruka-san. Let's go ask them. Yeah, you're right. Fwa! Haruka-san, you should get to bed. There's no clock, so I couldn't tell, but I figured it was already past midnight. You're right, I'll do that. Click! She turned off the light. Then there was a rustling sound from the futon. It was pitch black. I stood up and grasped the doorknob. Riki-kun? Yeah? You can use the sofa. I think there are blankets there. The one with the tangerine print is mine. Use that one. Okay, got it. Don't go swelling it too much, Kay? I'm not going to. Just kidding. Alright, good night, Riki-kun. Yeah, good night. I closed the door. As I descended the stairs, I thought to myself, Haruka-san was changing little by little. Felt that we might yet be able to come to a resolution for the current situation. Sorry to keep you waiting, Riki-kun. Shall we go? After meeting in front of the school gate, the two of us headed toward Haruka-san's house. Did the dorm's head say anything, Riki-kun? I think it's fine. Masato covered for me pretty well. Guess I'll have to thank Masato-kun then. So your parents should be here today, right? Yeah! Once we were standing in front of the gate, Haruka-san paused with a nervous look. Okay, it'll be fine. Let's go, Riki-kun. I took Haruka-san's hand in mine, and with the other I reached out to open the gate. The dinner table was silent, just the clattering of plates and utensils. It was an agony trying to eat normally in that kind of atmosphere. Even though the food itself was delicious, it felt as though I was chewing on sand. Haruka-san stole a glance at me. I nodded. Good luck, Haruka-san. Looking at the scenery laid out in the dining room, it had a feeling of completeness. There was something there that I had lost, something that was out of my reach. It was like looking at the wax food displayed in front of a restaurant. Everything was there, but at the same time, there was nothing. There's something I want to ask. What is it, Haruka? How was I born? How? Not why? Her parents' gazes met, and they both joined in a tired smile. I see, so you started wanting to know. It seemed like something she had predicted long ago, and had been wished for a chance to talk about. Thank you for asking, Haruka. A faint smile. Her smile was a perfect match for Haruka-san's pitiably pained one. The night before the wedding, I was held by two men. Didn't you hate it? They were both people I knew well, had for a long time. The man by your side, the other father, at the same time. One of her husbands looked away. I loved them, both of them. I never thought of trying to choose between them. That's how you were born. Because those were the rules? Yes, however, after it was over, I began to think that something had changed. The two men I loved both had different ways of expressing their love for me. But I came to understand, in the end we were just puppets on someone else's strings. That's when I realized that we were objects, nothing but things to be used. I cried. It was painful, mortifying, unbearable to figure out a fact like that on my very first time. And you? How did you feel? Haruka-san addressed the question to her father. I was a futaki. Everything had been decided for me. But that man was different. He was the one who taught me about the world outside. The three of them had talked together. They had talked about escaping from the rules of the family. They decided on that on the night of their wedding. And then what happened? Of course, the real answers lay immediately ahead from there. What had happened after that? That, I can't say. Eh? I couldn't believe my ears. Haruka-san had a look of despair. Just that one thing I cannot tell you about. There's something I want you to understand. You and your sister were not born by accident. We were lovers, and you were the result of that love. I don't care about that. Thud. Sound of her slamming her fist on the table. After that, I want to know what happened after that. Haruka, you met your other father, haven't you? Haruka-san nodded. If you want to know what happened next, he's the only one who can tell you. This is as much as I can tell you. Only that we were longing for you two to be born, and that we've always wished we could tell you about it. You may not believe it, but I wanted to save you so many times over the years. The heir had already been decided upon, which meant that all other hangers-on were just potential trouble, since a conflict might break out again over the inheritance. So in the end, we weren't able to bring you to the main house. There was nothing we could do. The family's shame had to be banished, cast away to die in the wilderness, to become nothing but bleached bones on the earth. I'm sorry, Haruka. Forgive me. The two had been seen as nothing but tools to create an heir for their house. Because of that, their children have been taken without a second thought, leaving the parents to suffer through the trials of their life. The two of us had our hands full with just getting through our lives back then. With that confession, the adult before us bowed her head in apology. Please forgive this worthless failure of a mother. More deeply still, Haruka-san's mother bowed her head. I don't want an apology. Even if you apologize, nothing will change. What I want to know is... which one's child am I? Wham, wham, wham. Like a child throwing a tantrum, Haruka-san beat her hands on the table. Haruka-san, calm down. She turned to look at me with tears in her eyes. How was I born? That's all I want to know. The two twins were compared, and the one that was not chosen was disdained, downtrodden, and told it was better if she hadn't been born. That was the story of how Haruka-san had been born. To Haruka-san, who knew neither the circumstances or reason, it had always been like something fate had decided for her. Sorry, Haruka. We can't say anything more beyond this. Why does such a promise exist? That's what I wanted to know. How can we get him to tell us? Sho Saigusa, I mean. Neither parent responded. Then I guess I'll go home. Suppose the place Haruka-san considered home was not here. And maybe because they understood that, her parents remained silent. You really want to save me? It's true. Even if that's a lie, I'm glad. Haruka. I am glad. Ask Kanata for help, Haruka. Why should I ask that girl for help? Both of you together ask him. That person would surely talk to you. That was the condition we promised on. Haruka-san bit her lip. Haruka. No. Absolutely not. I refuse to ever ask her for help. No. Must be hard for her parents to watch one of their children reject the other. I took Haruka-san's hand. Let's go, Haruka-san. It'll be curfew time soon. With that, I tugged on Haruka-san's hand and started walking. Give me a second. Okay. Haruka-san. I understand. Yeah, I understand. But, I don't want to. Haruka-san closed her fists and grit her teeth, looking like she was trying to squish down all of her feelings. I understand. I do, but I... While hiding her eyes with one hand, she trembled. I drew her into my arms. Yeah, I understand, Haruka-san. But you want to know, right? Then we shall have no choice but to do it. Let's do it. Let's ask Futaki-san. No. Flat refusal. Hey, Haruka-san, how about what you said to your mother earlier? Whose child am I? Is that what you asked her, right? Yes. You said that before we started our investigation, too. I don't know whether or not I'm the wrong one. But Haruka-san, what if that's how it is, or resign myself to that? Haruka-san, do you happen to be thinking that either one of you has been mistreated? Huh? That's not it, right? Your reason for wanting to know which one you are has changed. Before it was about trying to escape your current situation. But isn't it different now? That's right. What was it that Futaki-san had said when pretending to be Haruka-san? I mean, it'd be like shoving all the negative stuff onto someone else. I think you're the only one who's been mistreated, Haruka-san. Isn't it because of that you yourself don't want to hate that girl? She bit her lip and didn't respond. I must have wanted to deny my words. Haruka-san was torn. Suppose it would have to be a lie to say she wasn't hoping for someone else to have to shoulder her suffering. Even with that, would trading situations with someone else really resolve the problem? No, it wouldn't. Once you find out the truth, what do you really intend to do? You resign yourself to the answer, or do you just want to drag her down? With that, will your problems be solved? What do you think I should do? I didn't answer. What should I do? Please tell me. I don't remember something like this. I don't know what I should do. Nobody can answer that question but for you. Why not? Well, because this is your life, Haruka-san. The only one who can decide what to do with it is you, yourself. If you don't want to be led on a leash by others, you have to make your own decisions. I was talking big. What was all this patronizing stuff coming out of my mouth? Was I really that strong a person? At the very least, I had to act like I was strong. If I lacked the strength to support her, Haruka-san would be crushed under the weight of the dark emotion she carried. I'll talk to her. After a long silence, Haruka-san gave her answer with a stiff expression. Okay, I understand. Without Futaki-san's help, Haruka-san would have no future. Futaki-san! During break, I called out to Futaki-san. As she turned to walk away, I seized her arm. Futaki-san, did you need something? I just want to talk. I don't. Bye. Wait, please, it's important. Important? Utaki-san gave us a sarcastic laugh. It may be important to you, but not to me. I'm busy. Let go of me. What I wanted to tell you is that Haruka-san wants to talk to you. Utaki-san froze. What did you say? I'm telling you, Haruka-san wants to talk to you. I entered the committee room. I found Futaki-san staring out the window. When the girl sensed my presence, she turned to look at me and spoke first. What? She looked at me like I was something the dog had brought in. I don't really need anything. I just saw you going in. Her face turned, if possible, even sourer. I'm not going to help her. She spun her chair around, facing away from me. Resting her chin on her hand, she muttered something to herself. Just one thing I want to know. What? Why did you have Haruka-san believe you had an egg allergy? What? Just that? Simple. There was an assignment in our grade school, home economics class. We had to bring a picture of something we made at home, but that child, well, she was her usual self. She knew nothing about cooking either. Taki-san suddenly stopped talking. And so? She clicked her tongue. Her face said she regretted telling me that much. As I let the silence grow, after a while, she seemed to resign herself to finishing her story. And on that day, our family happened to have a competition. Competition? To determine which one of us was inferior. They chose to compare which of us could complete the assignment better. Futaki-san closed her eyes. What are you gonna make, Kanata? What about you, Haruka? Maybe omelet or sunny-side up fried eggs? Isn't just dumping some eggs into a frying pan? That's hard enough. I always end up burning them. I always won the little family competitions. Yes. And from there, they gradually started to treating her worse and worse. Futaki-san murmured, How did it end up? I made miso soup. Even though we had been told to make the same thing, she had dared to make something different. But there was no need for me to do that. The sunny side of egg ended up burned to black after all. So it wasn't even a contest. It was a victory by default. I watched her in the kitchen trying time after time to cook it right. It's just not working. On her cheeks and arms there were blue bruises. But she hadn't seen them. Kanata! Looks like I lost again. Yeah, haha! But how come you didn't try fry sunny side up egg like me? And so you told her it was because you couldn't touch eggs. That's right. And then that's where the lie came from. Why didn't you even tell her? And then she even used the misguided impression to bake a chiffon cake. Why? How come? Such a silly story, right? When she opened her eyes, she was back to her old emotionless self. Just a silly story. With that, she fell silent. You're going to keep avoiding her, huh? They were both viewing each other in a twisted way. That's why they couldn't see eye to eye. Even at such a young age, Haruka-san had registered it as a single merit of her own. The one thing might have become a priceless support for her, but it had been a lie Futaki-san had made in consideration for her sister. I'm a born liar. I've always been lying since the day I was born. Eventually, that lie had hurt Haruka-san. Even though Futaki-san had told it to protect her from pain, in the end, it's possible nothing at all. Haruka-san. I embraced Haruka-san. I hugged her tight, so tight. Haruka-san struggled against me. Even so, I held her tightly in my arms. My place, someone else has to have it. Responded to Haruka-san's broken whispers. No, no one has it. Lie, that's a lie. It's true, no one else has your place, Haruka-san. I didn't have it, neither does anyone else. Everyone has to find their own place. Find? Yes, listen, Haruka-san, you won't find a place for yourself just by hating someone else and trying to steal theirs, because that place would be empty. A place full of negatives. What value was there in only focusing on stealing something away from another? You've had a lot taken from you, Haruka-san, but just trying to snatch it back is worthless. A place for yourself, but what is it you really want to do with that place? Haruka-san, what do you want to do? Stop asking what you should do. What do you want to do? I want to be Ved. I want someone to tell me they love me. Right, and then? I want to say I love them too. And then, is that everything? I want to hear that they want me to be with them, and I want to say that I want them to be with me. Haruka-san only wanted to be understood. She wanted someone to understand her, to care for her existence. Instead of being rejected, she wanted someone to say, yes, I understand. That small kindness was all that she really wished for. Then you don't have to hate anyone anymore. You don't need to go looking for a villain. She's been supporting herself by hating someone, because I like you, Haruka-san. But that was only supporting her own existence. Want to be by your side. A person is not meant to protect themselves alone. I've already told you this, Haruka-san, so it's alright already. It's alright now. I softly stroked her hair. I had heard her true intention. Haruka-san's only one true wish. It's alright. Haruka-san closed her eyes. Riki-kun. I gently kissed her. Just a light kiss. Hey, Haruka-san. Haruka-san suddenly went limp in my arms. I held her up in a panic. She was so relieved that she passed out. I stooped down and picked Haruka-san up in my arms. Hoop! And I carried her to the dorm. Morning. Haruka-san's eyes were red when I found her in the hallway. Did you get any sleep? Yeah. Did you have a bad dream? I invited Haruka-san to come sit with me on the stairs, and then began to stroke her head soothingly. I don't think I was dreaming, but somehow it was really sad and really happy. I don't understand exactly, but it was like it was all rushed away in a rush. I think I'm fine now. I gave her chest a thump and smiled brightly. Thanks, Riki-kun. I didn't really do anything to be thanked for. Yeah, you're too modest. What are you going to do from here? I'm going to ask her. I'll ask her with my head bowed down. Haruka-san stated her determination without hesitation. Help me. Please help me. I'm begging you, please help me. Are you going home? I thought today wasn't a day to report in. Taki-san clicked her tongue in annoyance, her face unable to mask her irritation. Is this some new way to harass me? No. Then just give up. Give it up. I already told you I'm not going to help you. But I can't do it alone. You only keep saying that because it's what Mom told you. You're wrong. What am I wrong about? Up to now, it's been exactly like you're saying. Thought I'd never bow my head to you. But it's different now. I'm asking you of my own free will. And get down on your knees and ask me. Eh? If you're alright with bowing your head, then just do it. If I do, will you help me? Just do it! Taki-san yelled hysterically. The air was thick with tension. The one who broke it was Haruka-san. I understand. Haruka-san? Haruka-san bent her knees. Without a care for her skirt or school uniform, she knelt on the dirty ground and bowed her head. I'm begging you, please help me. Taki-san's irritation seemed to reach its peak. You. Just how did you convince her to do this? She turned to glare at me. I met her eyes evenly. Didn't convince her to do anything. Haruka-san really wants your help. She wants to know the truth about your parents' circumstances. Idiotic. Ha! How stupid. How pathetic. You'll go that far just to find out whether you're the failure. That's not your real reason, right? You want to find out that I'm the unwanted one, don't you? You want to trade places with me, right? Because you can't take it anymore. You can't stand it, so now you just want to run away. Isn't that it? With you planning something like that, who wouldn't help you? Who would? Or who would? Who the hell would help you? Haruka-san was still bowing her head. Futaki-san kept up the abuse anyway. Haruka-san kept bowing her head through it, all of it. What? Why aren't you running? Defend yourself. Do something cowardly like you always do. That's all you can do, isn't it? I'm not going to run anymore. Haruka-san spoke with her face still pressed against the ground. Running away won't fix anything after all, so all that's left is to face you. Futaki-san's cheek twitched. Her face distorted into a pained expression, and I couldn't guess what she was thinking. Futaki-san? What? Haruka-san realized that striking out at each other isn't going to solve anything. As for you, you've known all that all along, haven't you? I'm going to ask you once more, then the question I asked you before. Your life with the Futakis, it hasn't been a happy one, has it? It has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with me. Is that all you have to say? You keep sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Don't you think you can persuade me like that? My, how thoughtful. I feel like vomiting. How wonderful. You were able to save that girl. Isn't that enough for you? You're the hero who picked up the poor castaway from a sandbank. Didn't rescue Haruka-san. I had my hands full just saving myself. There was no god looking down from on high about to come save us. In our world, there were just us. I just held out my hand for her. All we could do was help each other, fight that which was unseen. It's nothing to be proud of, nothing to boast about. That small kindness is all we're capable of. Didn't want to be cut by the invisible blade of reality. To keep from being swept away in the flow of wrongdoing and being wronged. Haruka-san took my hand. Won't you accept Haruka-san's? From where I stand, it looks like you are the one in danger of being swept away. Futaki-san was expressionless. Her gaze drifted from me to Haruka-san. If you find out, you won't be able to go out like you have until now. All of the irritation and anger had left her voice. If you do this, it'll be gone. Everything will be gone. The days up to now, all the days hereafter. Knowing that, you're still asking me to help you? Futaki-san asked quietly. Yes. Haruka-san nodded. I want to put an end to this. To love someone, to tell them I love them. I want to find the real meaning behind that now. That's why I want to learn to know my true self, together with the person I love. For the first time, I want to put an end to this. There was a pause. It was probably only a short moment, but it seemed to drag on for an eternity. I don't really know what a normal family life is supposed to be like, but hesitantly the words leaked out. Her shoulders were shaking weakly. I never lacked for things. Candy, toys, whenever I wanted I got, as long as I kept winning. After the two had been disinherited, relatives had tried to get the imprisoned father's medical records. He had refused. He had offered to pay his bail and legal fees. They had said they would even give him financial assistance. But he didn't agree to any of that in return for a medical inspection. That's why the family didn't know which of us was which. That's why they were so adamant about making you two compete. Right. After that, you kept winning over Haruka-san. Didn't want to be looked down like Haruka-san was. It's all the same. You're so wonderful, not like that other child that always praised me so much. Futaki-san's hand, drew her back. Haruka-san smiled wordlessly. Haruka? Ah. Slowly, she hesitantly, timidly allowed her fingers to link with Haruka-san's. I thought I was the only one who was unhappy. It seemed like such a simple thing. There just wasn't enough happiness for the both of us. We thought it was just like a game, where we had to snatch up and all the happiness for ourselves. I see it now. We both were just having our happiness stolen away. Sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry. Why are you apologizing? Because I've always just been thinking about myself. No, it was all I wanted to think about. Even though I should have understood that it was hard for my sister, too. Futaki-san's shoulders quivered. So it's alright now. It's alright. Ah! Realizing that she might have been too forceful, Haruka-san opened her eyes. Will you forgive me? There's nothing to forgive. Haruka-san shook her head. Thank you. Drink time. My goodness, If you say we should end it, then let's end it. And then, let's go see him. For the truth you never knew. Yeah. Haruka-san kept nodding while tears ran down her cheeks. Futaki-san stepped in front of the shopping district. What's wrong? You want to know everything? Yes, everything. At Haruka-san's answer, Futaki-san looked hesitant again, but she shook her head. Let's go. Okay. I followed the two of them as they walked hand in hand. The man was there on his usual bench. What, Kanata and Haruka? And the one other extra? I frowned but kept silent. I see. The other father laughed. As he saw Haruka-san and Futaki-san together, he laughed. Looks like you two finally made up. It's not like we were fighting. Neither of us tried to understand each other, and our feelings conflicted is all. Idiot. That's what sibling rivalry is all about. It's alright, Kanata? Futaki-san nodded. Guess there's no choice then. We got permission from those two, right? They told us we had to go together, my sister and I. Good grief. So after everything, it still all comes down to me. He shrugged. Ask away, whatever you want. If I know the answer, I'll tell you. Anything? Yeah, anything. Why did that crime happen? Your mother was a naive brat. After we had spent the night together, she ran out crying. She finally realized the abnormality of the situation she was in. Me and her other husband, who was trying to pretend she could love us both equally. But we really did both love your mother. We couldn't just leave her like that. We couldn't just leave her to the mercy of that rotten family's customs. But there was no way for us to escape, and so that happened. Yeah, three of us were backed into a corner, so there was no other way out. I was the one who thought it up. Father, just like I predicted, we were disinherited, and I was thrown in jail. Why did you have to take that role? Why did you go that far? Because it was important. In that twisted world, it was important. It was precious to both of us, as were the unborn baby she was carrying. But that you would be picked up by your relatives was a miscalculation on my part. After that, I guess you girls know the rest. Why didn't you tell us about any of this? We only heard about how complicated things had gotten afterwards. In the end, we concluded that our choice would bring nothing but pain for you. That's why we thought it was best to leave it ambiguous like this. Like it was. If we had said which was which, it would only have caused a cleft between you. At the very least, we wanted to leave you one thread of hope. If ever you were unhappy, we wanted you to at least be able to think maybe it's their fault. We wanted to be able to at least give you both that much. That's why Mother and her other husband say that they'll stay on the run. I promised not to say anything, but looks like that was all unnecessary. The fact that you're both down here, it seems like it's not your wish to look down on one another. It was a truth that didn't improve by its telling. An escaped attempt by people who were treating like furniture. And upon the children who could not escape, it had brought misfortune. Nobody was in the wrong. Everyone had just chosen a slightly twisted path. all the while believing that what they chose would be best for the person they were thinking of. It's a stupid story. While thinking of each other's happiness, we brought nothing but grief to one another. It's an idiotic story that no one can make right. Even so, Haruka-san and Futaki-san have overcome it. You can tell that much without you saying. And so, the man rolled up his sleeves. There's still one last question left, right? Which is which? I'll give you my blood or whatever you want. If you submit it somewhere, they'll tell you. Haruka-san shook her head. You won't ask? Is that your answer? Yep, I am me, and that's all there is to it. Doesn't matter which one I am. I am me, and I just wanted to confirm to myself that there aren't any bad ones in this world. No one is in the wrong. I don't have to hate anyone. I just wanted to say that, so I'm fine not knowing. I thought that everything in the world had to be either against me or someone else, but it's not like that. I'm glad that I'm who I am. Nobody. I don't have to hate anyone, and no one was in the wrong. I'm happy just being able to confirm that. That's it. That's the thing I really wanted to know. And it was what I wanted to believe more than anything, that there are no evil ones in the world. Haruka, thank you. Haruka-san bowed her head deeply to both of them. Thank you for telling me. I stood at Haruka-san's side. Raising her head, the girl I loved showed me the most beautiful of smiles. I wordlessly put my arm around her. As I glanced at Futaki-san, I caught her lips moving a little. It dawned on me that she was smiling. Hey, Haruka-san, have you noticed? Asked in a quiet voice. Isn't that a smile on Futaki-san's face? Haha, you're right. Hearing my words, Haruka-san raised her voice in a laugh. It was a few days after I heard the story from Futaki-san. I would occasionally see Haruka-san talking to Futaki-san. They still seem to be awkward around each other. Heard they'll be visiting their parents' house together this weekend. Would have been unimaginable a little while ago, but it seems like this was Haruka-san's idea. Riki-kun, sorry for the wait. Wasn't waiting long. By the way, where's Futaki-san? Huh? She said she was going on ahead to the house. Even though I said, let's go together, she refused. This sucks. Really wanted to go together. Boo. Well, she's going along with my idea, so whatever. Futaki-san was definitely just embarrassed. I considered saying that, but kept my mouth shut. I got the feeling Haruka-san was enjoying their little exchange. There's definitely happiness to be found in having pointless conversations. Let's go. We headed toward the shopping district hand in hand. I think we got everything. Haruka-san was carrying baking powder and brown sugar among other things. There were ingredients for muffins. I wanted to have her family eat something she'd made herself. She had made up her mind that she was going to do it on this day. Maybe we bought too much. It'd be just like you to make too much. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Just what I said. Ha ha ha. Ha ha, maybe you're right. Yeah. We were done shopping, so we headed for Haruka-san's, their house. Today was the first time Haruka-san had proposed a family photo. I want to take the first photo for the album. Futaki-san and their parents had readily agreed. That probably made Haruka-san happy. I was glad that she was in high spirits. Alright, you guys ready? Hey, Haruka-san, why are you beside me? Yeah. It's a little embarrassing. Sheesh, whose idea was this anyway? I believe it was yours. Ow, my ear, it's gonna tear. Of course it isn't. Get over here. I smiled wryly. Here, Haruka-san, I'm taking the pictures now, so sit still. The three adults behind the arguing twins stood still. One was smiling, deeply moved. One had a relieved expression, and the last one was standing a little apart from the rest, but the gruff profile couldn't conceal his joy. Here we go. That's right, this was just the beginning. For everyone, rather than the end of a story, this was only the beginning. From hereafter, thinking about the past will erase the smiles from their faces. Even so, those sisters who were always passing by each other, those sisters who hated each other and constantly argued without wanting to, finally made up. This was the starting line. Haruka-san had been determined to stand there, and now she was. I had to congratulate her. Hey! What, Haruka, don't tug. Hey! What is it? Yeah! There! Yeah! Oh, that's adorable. Take it, Riki-kun! Oh, wait, hey, why are you clinging to me? It's gonna blur. Haruka-san, is that fine? Fine. Alright, cheese! Click. I pressed the button on the digital camera. The sound of the picture being taken was like a voice of congratulations for the twin sisters who had finally, side by side, reached their starting line. Oh, and at long last, it is done. Another story done. This one was definitely more intense, guys. Way more intense. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I do have a complaint, though, about this game, or rather about key animations or copyright stuff. I think, like, 2 of my videos have been, like, banned from being viewed across the world because of tunes from this song. Oh, it's so annoying. I had to silence those parts, so those bits of me reading the parts with that particular music have been muted, sadly. Sucks, man. So, key animation kind of sucks with its copyright shenanigans. But they do make good games, though. Really fun, good games. Alright, well, enjoy this song. I'm gonna get another drink. I think there's one more left before the big story, by the way. The big story. Alright. So much reading, guys. This break coming up tomorrow is gonna be very good for me. I'll get back to it as soon as I can, don't you worry. But for now, that break will be very good. Excuse me, oh my gosh. Will there be more? Or will it just be, yep, it's the end. A world where no one is intentionally evil. Cool. Alright. It is time for a new game. And of course, let's bring up the guide to the next, oh my gosh. This one has a good end, 2 bad ends, and then 2 more bad ends. Like, why? Why are there so many bad ends? Like, no this many bad ends, please. Bunch of scenes that depend on the roommate. Each fight you can choose Haruka or Mio as their roommate. Other keys would default to Kanada. 3 slightly different versions of the route. After beating the refrain route. Part of me doesn't even, like, want to see the bad endings now. If it's gonna be this many. I don't know, guys. I might not even want to do the bad endings for this one. It would involve playing, like, through this route multiple times. I don't know. By the way, Kyosuke's back! Woo! Rin is just slaying things like crazy. Nope. Nope. Alright, well, let's play the game again. Let's keep on going and have a grand time. Okay. 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 Oh my gosh. Rin is defeating Sasami, like, all the time now. The first choice is use another notebook. Again. So, yeah, here, take it, whatever. Letter B. Who could it be now, by the way, guys? Who could be the person now? No. Go fetch a notebook. Use another notebook. Yeah. So let me see this real quick. Haruka or Mio? Use another notebook. The next thing is that. Okay. So, read the QR code. Yeah. A draw. Is that it? Take it. Have him do it by himself. I'll take it. I'll run away. Continue practice. I'm gonna help her look for a roommate. Let's see. The next thing is on the 18th. Don't have it. Watch the battle, I guess. Access the site, continue studying. Decided to study seriously. Nah. No rooftop for me. Don't need it. Don't want to. Doesn't say Mio. What the heck? Haruka or Mio? Well, we'll do, Komari. Or Haruka, rather. That's what I meant to say. 18th. Hostility. It only says hostility for some reason. I don't know why. Why did you ask? Yakusa-san. Go to the cafeteria. Play with Masato. Obviously that's the right answer. We must play with Masato. Mission start! Roger, over. Whoa, Rin, that's dangerous. By the way, according to the teachers who were on night duty, boiling fish cans have been disappearing in large quantities from the emergency food store. If we defeat the culprit, we might obtain some. I'm here to do something. Over. Watch calmly. Alright, head for the middle yard and enter the buildings in the window on the back. It's unlocked. Over. Roger, over. Oh, everything is... Ah! Right, Rin defeated the chicken. Help her is the answer here. So, don't look. Go out, play with Masato. Wait, the thing is to help her, right? It says help her. Help her. I'm gonna play with Masato. Help her! Oh, he lost! Again. Next is on the 22nd, Nodded. Go! I don't remember. You, I guess? Chocolate one. Those chocolate donuts are delicious. I think this is when Ku joins. Excellent. We'll choose Saikusa, who is not here for some reason. Oh, there's Haruka. Return back to the school building. Who are you looking for? I was just thinking that Haruka-san might be loafing around somewhere. Do you think so? Yep, I am. Gasp, or grasp. Wafu, have been caught again? Haruka-san suddenly appeared from out of nowhere and grabbed Kudbai from behind. And here comes a backtrap. Slam. She hit her own head against the wall behind her. No! She collapsed on the floor holding her head in her hands. Ow! Are you alright? I didn't notice what was behind me. I don't think there was anyone else on this planet who would try to do a backdrop in front of a wall. Haru-chan thoroughly reflected on her actions. Next time I'll probably do a backdrop in the ring. Good luck with that! Haha, leave it to me. I don't get it. I filled her in on the details. Yep, okay. Really? Thank you very much. Then Saigusa-san is Thesis-sama. Alright, I don't really get it, but leave everything to this Thesis-sama. It's thesis. Was inviting her really a good idea? We set off toward the designated door. That's it? That should be it, but... She produced a map from within her pocket. Remember this? It's a pamphlet with the school layout. Sure takes me back. There's no mistake, this should be the right place. But is that the key? She pointed at the key Kud was holding in her hands. Where could the keyhole be? Alright, give it here. Did you find it? No doubt, it's here! She took the gigantic key and tried inserting it into the keyhole on the doorknob. Huh, it doesn't go in. Well, don't look like its size entirely incompatible. Maybe the keyhole would change the size when you put the key in there to match it perfectly? Can be no such a cyber mechanism in there. What's this supposed to prove to be useless look on your face? Such a face, even though I was thinking about it in a little. Hi, you, it'll be fun. I'm just very useful from now on. Such foul disposition. Speaking of usefulness, I think a rubber band is very useful. Oh, it is. Is my standing lower than that of a rubber band? Oh, what's that? Something stuck to it. Touch the front part of the key. Zing, it open. Oh, it's a key. There was a small key inside. Oh, was I useful? Was I useful? Perfectly useful. Yahoo, I've done it. She high-fived Kud. I escaped from being lower than a rubber band, so let's get going. Took out a flashlight and we stepped inside. Oh, there are lights. They're only working here and there, though. Seem to have been used a little recently. Watch out. Who knows what's over there? A ghost bang. Yeah! Might actually be up here. Is that so? Ghosts are dangerous. If it's a shorty like you and you get possessed and murdered in an instant. Wafu, evil ghosts too is scary. Well, no need to worry. There aren't any here anyway. She gets further into the basement. Hold it! What's wrong? If we don't act carefully right here, from this pipe over here, boom, pure mustard gas. Ah! Might actually happen. Is that so? Mustard gas is dangerous. A platoon of like 10 little Kuds would be completely wiped out. They get all inflamed from the inflammatory gas. Wafu, Masutado gas is twice as scary. Well, why mustard gas? And pure mustard gas is colorless and odorless. That would be really dangerous. The time Haruka-san took the lead before I knew it. The corner, it's dangerous. Wafu, dangerous? No, it's not dangerous or anything. Pressed by Haruka-san and went on ahead. Ricky-kun, you don't know this. There's actually a powerful boss in this dungeon. A bear bang. Well, yeah! Might actually exist here. Sorry, there aren't any bears around here. It'll be scary if there was one. Well, there isn't. And this is the first time I've heard about it. Such a thing would normally cause an uproar. Whatever the poo might be waiting for us. You might appear saying things like, my honey, just around the corner. Well, that's plenty scary, I'd say. That's funny, because tomorrow's stream will involve, whatever his name is, Bear, with my honey. Very, it's like she knows. Wouldn't it be scary even if it happened? But isn't Winnie the Pooh scary? What if a big unemployed bear, age 42, attacked you? It would mean instant death for someone like Shorty. Wafu, big unemployed bear, age 42 is triple scary. Well, there isn't one here. Paying attention to her is just a waste of my time. Once the noisy Haruka-san quieted down, we finally reached our destination. Oh, we've arrived. There was a furniture club storeroom written on the door. You had lucky girl Haru-chan with you. You made it through safely. Sakusa-san, is the lucky girl okay? Why she added okay at the end was beyond me. Would have been faster if he didn't mess around so much, though. Well, now, don't mention it. Let's start searching already. Stepped inside. Huh? What was it this time? Seems like I've been here. My, you're just in time. The dorm head was inside the room. How did you get here? I just used that elevator over there. Right. You can get there by elevator. Why didn't you tell us this earlier? Well, exploring the basement seemed like fun, so the journey kinda became the goal. By the way, Sekusa-san. Yes. Did you go off somewhere after curfew again? I forgot something over there. I'll go get to it. Was there something to forget? She ran out the door. Sheesh, what a troublesome person. But it's pitch dark out there. Wow, ghost, mustard gas, a big bear. Frantic screams echoed in the basement. I don't really get it, but it seems like divine punishment has befallen her. It's a lie that became the truth. I should go help her. It was a trash bag that she thought was a ghost, mustard paste, which she thought was mustard gas, and a stuffed bear that she thought was a big bear lying nearby. Damn it, it was a trap somebody set up. It's frustrating, so let's set it again. Well, I don't think anyone else will set it off. Afterward, the dorm head told us that she'd been specially arranging later for someone to transport all the furniture that seemed usable. The day wound down to evening, and our eventful afternoon time came to an end. What a strange time. Anyway, moving on. Next is we have to nod. Classroom, play with Masato. It's still nodded. Still gotta nod, okay? Okay? Go first, go last. Shrimp. I can't choose Haruka for some reason. Totally want it. Please give it to me. I'll let you kick me. He was so desperate that I couldn't give it to Haruka-san. It can't be helped. I'm sorry, Haruka-san, but Masato is looking so pitiful that... Well, I never thought someone would be so attached to a bell marks. I'm deeply touched. I'm gonna treasure it for the rest of my life, this bell mark. It'd be creepy if you treasured it that much. Press Kengo on. There we go, we rescued Kengo. Go see what they're talking about. Nodded! Right? Yeah, nodded! Alright, next is... quit on the 23rd. Go! Talk to Cood, enter classroom. Just say quit. I don't know what that means, though. I'm gonna talk to Cood. Help her, don't help her. I'm not gonna help her. I'm gonna play with Masato. I'm gonna see what they're talking about. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna visit Kyosuke, because something tells me that we'll have to do that. Masato. Alright, the 4th. Looks like the 27th is the next big one, so look for the cat. Concentrate on practice. Stop her! Right, this is the scary time. Alright. Well, you gave in so much faster than I expected. Well, I could see that coming. Personally think that you'd suit this role way better, but bet you don't see anyone else but me in this role. Indeed, you understand well. And go, to be sure, does anyone have any objections? Address his questions to everyone. I don't. Likewise. Anyone's better than Kyosuke. Alright, it's decided. Then takes care of today's meeting. You know, in the end, all I could do was sigh. A team of upperclassmen sports club leaders, and against them, our team, and the captain was none other than me? What have I done to deserve this? Sure that I was the one who dragged everyone to join the team. Ren, bearing in mind who our opponent team is, probably isn't in a great mood today. We were having breakfast in a solemn atmosphere. Kyosuke. hates this kick the can game. Blaze through the hallway. Continue practicing. Continue practicing. The more practice we do, the better. Like any other evening, everyone was chatting away in my room, but I had more important things to do. I was busy analyzing our opponents for the game based on the data Kyosuke had collected. By the way, we're going to make a puppet show. I heard him speak, but didn't look at him. What is he going on about this time? You see, the local kindergarten was accepting ideas for a performance. I suggested a puppet show, and they immediately agreed to it. How can we say no to them? So when will it be? Next Sunday. That's so soon. That's why we're going to rehearse it for now. You and your crazy ideas. But you can count me in. There's not enough room for everyone here. Let's move on to the cafeteria. Beep, beep, beep. Alright, I emailed everyone. They're going to be there soon. Well, shall we go? Hurry up. What's taking you so long? Going already. Ricky. What? Me? Why are you so surprised? Well, as you can see, I'm busy developing tactics for tomorrow's game. You can do that tomorrow evening. The game will be over by then. Come on, let's go. Everyone is doing it, so no ducking out on this one. Masato. Okay. I was still holding my pen when Masato tossed me on his shoulders and hauled me to the cafeteria. So the puppet show. I was wondering if that was gonna be in this game. Turns out, it is! That's why we're going to rehearse for the puppet show. And what are we supposed to do? Why are we supposed to do that? Interacting with the good folks of the neighborhood is another very important job for the little busters. I think it's great. Sounds like fun! Any objections, Riki? No, I just don't care anymore. Alright, now that everyone's satisfied, let's start preparations for the show. But we don't have anything, are you sure about this? We'll deal with that somehow. Exactly. If we get it all ready today, there's no problem. Kamari understands perfectly. I don't think Kamari-san understands the situation we're in at all. Have you decided on the scenario yet? No, not in particular. Umu, I saw this coming, so I threw something together. She took out a pile of paper sheets. I figured that asking what she had time to prepare that would be useless. Is it suitable for a puppet show? Yeah, leave it to me. Ooh, I can't wait to hear what kind of story Inego wrote. Umu, the prologue goes like this. Slurp, a damp sound echoes across the sleeping town. Alright, that's enough. What exactly wasn't to your liking in the very first sentence already? No, the very first word is no good. You mean slurp? No, R-rated material, please. I have a feeling that if we work from this kind of prologue, it would be either a psychological horror show or something indecent. The first thing we have to do is get rid of the suspicious atmosphere. Yeah, but that's what makes it so exquisite. Even if it's exquisite, it won't be very educational if it makes the kids cry. Let's change it to slurp then. She only thought about how it sounds. Great, let's do it. Slurp, a damp sound echoed across the sleeping town. She stopped. What's wrong? It's not sexy. I have no idea what you're saying. Komari-kun, you try reading it. Yeah, okay. Slurp, a damp sound echoed across the sleeping town. Now that's sexy. The situation looked hopeless. Not bad. Huh, I think it's bad. You're too selfish. But alright, let's leave the rest to Mr. Kyosuke. Okay, I knew we'd come to this. I have no complaints. Alright, we have to prepare dolls for starters. Incredible. We have to start from literally nothing. We have no time to make them from scratch. Try looking around in your rooms. There might be something useful. I'm gonna work on the scenario in the meantime. With that said, he produced a notebook and a pencil from somewhere in his pockets and dropped into a chair. Did you really decide on a story? Yeah, I'm thinking of something along the lines of a fairy tale. Starts like this. Once upon a time, there was an old man and woman. The old man was cutting crops on the mountain. The old woman was engaged in a deathly battle with tentacles by the riverside. What's this, tentacles? Plus, something with like a huge squid monster, I guess. No, please, nothing of this sort. What? You don't like that? Isn't it interesting? Allow my imagination to run rampant. Blarg. Take that. The old woman uses her fist tempered by years of hard work doing laundry to tear Squid's tentacles apart. Out of the question. She's too strong. That's just too surreal. Kids will cry. Well, I was just kidding. I'm going to start thinking seriously. I'm so sure he'd get gone with this scenario if there were no objections. So all of us returned to our respective rooms to look for something useful. There's no way something like that would be in our room. Actually, how about a story of friendship between a kettlebell and a dumbbell? Dumbbell, that's it for me. Just leave me here, please. I knew that I would just drag everyone down. Don't say that, kettlebell. Wasn't I the biggest burden on everyone? Good lord, what the heck is that? It's up to the girls now. I had a plushie, so I brought it with me. Oops. I brought two, meet Mr. Grizzly. Komori-san brought a stuffed penguin toy and Kud brought a stuffed grizzly toy. You can't perform with stuffed toys. No, leave it to One-san. They can easily be modified so that you can put your hand inside and move them. Is that so? Moo. First you have to slit the bottom part open. You then draw all the cotton out of it. Then you can just thrust your hand. Okay, Komori-san is really starting to cry, so let's leave it at that. You can't tear Mr. Grizzly apart? Too bad. I just thought of a story involving those two. Even has a moral in it, something like a fable. What is it like? Title is Little Red Riding Penguin. One day, a little penguin was going through a forest, ran into Grizzly, rawr, gow, and was eaten. The end. No, 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 no! No, 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 no! The two of them shook their heads frantically. Yeah, Komori-san and Kud are really crying, so let's leave it at that. Enough joking, why don't we use throwaway toys instead? Not mistaken, the drama club is a stage for puppet shows. We can borrow that too. So we went to ask our friends whether they had stuffed toys they didn't need. I didn't hope to find anything to begin with. Me neither. It was a daunting task to try to find guys who had any stuffed toys at all. Hey, look what I got. You found something? It was a Soldier Joe doll. I did find something, but the lineup is pretty weird. She muttered, eyeing the stuffed toys lined up atop the desk. There was a Tanuki and rabbit stuffed toy, Soldier Joe doll, and an alien doll. Tanuki, raccoon dogs! Awesome! I think we should make a story with just the Tanuki and rabbit. No, we'll use everything. Eh? Should respect everyone's work and use everything we manage to scrounge. I can't imagine what kind of story it's going to be. Full of pleasant surprises. Besides, there aren't at least that many characters. It won't be interesting. I can't say you don't have a point, but... Okay, to be honest, I already came up with a scenario. To decide which doll will be played with which role. What roles are there? Protagonist, his wife, his friend, and the villain. Tanuki should be the protagonist! Agreed. Got it. His wife will be... Rabbit Joe Alien. How about the rabbit? His friend will be... the alien. The last one will be the villain. Alright, is that okay? Well, it's hard to say if it's going to be good or bad. How did Tanuki become friends with the alien? Come on, it's just a fairy tale. Joe being together with an alien already makes it as far from a fairy tale as Earth is from Andromeda. Okay, let's change the story a bit to confirm to the characters. Well, time for casting roles. Oh, can I have the leading part? Okay, so Yusa has the leading role. Awesome! Is everyone else okay with that? Well, no objections here. Haruka-chan, good luck! Do your best! Then yeah, something with a lot of intense action scenes. Make sure I get a lot of manly lines. You'll be a treat. No action scenes, no lines at all? Or rather, why would you need a treat in a puppet show? There's no need for that role. You need to make rustling sounds to set the atmosphere. Do it as manfully as you wish. Take care of the intense action scenes of blowing leaves too. I'm going to make it intense to the extreme. Oh, just make sure you don't get in the way. I'm counting on you, Tree. Whoa, what's with this half-hearted treatment? And the stage is... Okay, a complex of skyscrapers. Hold on, there isn't even a place for a tree. That's true. Just play an empty can then. Make rustling sounds to give the atmosphere pathos. Do it as manfully as you wish. Take care of the intense action scenes of rolling around too. We're going to make it intense to the extreme. Oh, just make sure you don't get in the way. Counting on you, empty can. Oh, it doesn't even matter if I'm there or not. Oh no, it was too big a disgrace for Masato, who started tearing out his hair. Somebody stop him. Besides, it'd be hard to perform with a skyscraper complex. And the characters are animals. Wouldn't a forest make more sense? You think? Okay, Masato will get to be a tree after all. Either make rustling sounds and set the atmosphere, do it as manfully as you wish. Have the intense action scenes and blowing leaves too. Oh, just make sure you don't get in the way. Counting on you, tree. So that part doesn't change after all. Whoa, you're going bald, Masato. Okay, let's draw lots. Since no one was against the Yusas getting the lead role, let's not change that. Got it! Awesome! Tanuki! I don't care which role I get. I don't want anything that's too difficult. I have no confidence. Come on, you can take it easy. I'm going to prepare something for drawing lots. No, I saw this coming, so I already prepared everything. Let's not even get into that. Alright, did everyone pick one? There's nothing written on mine. That's a miss. I didn't get any role. It means you'll be working behind the scenes. Yeah, something like that. What about Masato? His face turned white. He was holding a piece of paper with just one word on it. Tree. This is your destiny. I'm more interested in why there's even one for tree at all. Okay, it's decided. Well then, everyone get to your respective tasks and get started. That day was rehearsed until it was late in the evening. Things are looking good. Let's call it a day. Yeah, I agree. I'm just glad it's a puppet show and I can read the script behind the stage. The main character has so many lines. No improvisation, please. Oh no, improvisation is everything for an actor such as myself. Well, just make sure you don't ruin the show completely. It'll be difficult to back you up. Incidentally, Nishizono-san's acting was impeccable, and she even helped others with their roles. Alright, what's remaining is... About to say something, but a phone call interrupted him. Hello? Yes, things are going well. Tomorrow will be... Huh? I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I'm having a terrible feeling about this. You mean you don't have to show up? What? The worst outcome possible. As you heard, our puppet show is postponed indefinitely. What? What did we do all this work for? I'm really sorry. I finally mastered my role as a tree, damn it! We tried so hard and this all goes to waste. Can you pull some strings to let us perform? Well, about that, they'd be doing the same thing in the fall, and they told me they'd be happy if we performed then. That's quite some preliminary preparations. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Well, we'll become even better by fall, and we'll make the best show ever. Goodness. Don't even want to think about it. Now. I will train under Mio-san. Train you under me? I just slipped up, didn't I? No one said anything. Fall, huh? Yep, let's give it our best shot. Yes, we'll have to. We cleaned up after ourselves and we went back to our rooms. What was the point of this scene then? If there was no puppet showing to begin with. Do you mind if I tag along? I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, it does. Kurugaya and Komari-san. Oh no, they're not here. Ren. It's gone. I stretched my back. Today's English class was a tough one. That teacher asked way too many questions. As I glanced toward Masato, I found him splayed lifeless upon his desk. This little pocket watch is geared to our style. Now repeat it as I said, please do. Whoops. I heard Komari-san and Ku talking. They huddled together, revising what we'd gone through during the previous class. In this context, geared means adjusted, or designed to serve a special purpose. Then, what does the idiom in Top Gear mean? I know! Good! An energetic answer. Your answer, please, Ku-chan. Fue? I mean... A famous set of coastal cliffs. Do not attempt. to die, though. To die from them. Yeah, let's not do that. That's very wrong. Gun! Hey, Coot, that is something we just learned in the previous class. What it means is, that everything is nice and dandy. Are you okay? Kamari-san corrected her, flipping the dictionary. Okay, I got it. I'm no in Rukia. Next, what does get into gear mean? I know! Kuchan, what's the answer? To wish to be a gear, but what for? To visit the planet of robots! Baboo, that's very, very wrong. Gun! I got another wrong. I got another wrong answer. The very or multiplying? It means to start to work effectively and with vigor. So the answer for this multiple choice question is gear. I see. You're so smart, Kamari-chan. You think so? How heartwarming. Resting my chin on my head and my hand, I kept watching the two girls. So, stuttering greatly, Kud recited an earlier sentence from memory. Okay, let's move on. Oh, before that, don't forget to write it down on your vocabulary book. You have a point there. I'll do that. Gear. Hey, Ricky. Oh, you're alive again. They're studying even during recess. What's wrong with them? They seem to be enjoying themselves. For Kud, this was an effort toward becoming foreignish. She was taking it very seriously, but they were enjoying it a little too much. I guess time flies when you're really doing something fun. Really? Won't they get tired of it? Masato asked, yawning. I doubt it. They seem totally immersed. What's the next class? Math. Man, I shouldn't have woken up. I'll go back to sleep. Already? I turned my eyes back on Kamari-san and Kud. They were still at it. I guess I should prepare a little for math. I took out my math textbook from my desk. I had run out of pages on my loose leaf notebook halfway through the previous lesson. It was because the teacher had filled the entire blackboard with stuff for us to copy down. Need to go and buy a new one. I picked up a new notebook at the school store. I got lucky. It was the only one left. As I exited the store, I came across a familiar face. Harukud! Hey, Saru desu! Are you here to buy something? Yeah, I'm all done though. What about you? Same. How about some writing utensils, also some stationery and stamps? Alright, I don't want to use this voice for the entirety of Kud's playthrough. Apart from stationery and reference books, you could buy the uniform spot, sports attire, and jerseys as well. I also sell things like copy cards and nutrition bars for the late night snacking. And I turned in an order form. Ah, I see. Students could fill in an order form to request additional articles in that store lineup. Wasn't that every request was accepted, of course. What did you request? Ingredients for the Home Economics Club. I used the list the dorm head gave me. So you decided to succeed the club presidency? Yes, because it'd be sad for it to get closed. Actually, there's some worry over whether I can really run it, but still. I glanced at the copy of the order form in her hand revealed. It's scrawled with ingredients such as dried shiitakes and katsuobushi, which is dried smoked tuna. That's in flakes or chips or it's good. Looks like you ordered a large amount of kombu too. What are you using it for? Kombu is a type of kelp or seaweed, and it's valued highly. To make kombu rolls. Kombu rolls? You mean ones filled with grated yam and such? Yes, yes! Martin Doe's kombu is excellent. They sell ones with lots of minerals and fiber delivered from the northern countryside. Thinking about it makes me want to eat those. As a matter of fact, you could say stewed kombu is something of a specialty of mine. The ones our cafeteria provides aren't really satisfying to me, so you're going to make some yourself. If they find my dish delicious, they might decide to use the shop's kombu themselves. And then the cafeteria foods would be that much better. If this all works out, I can both improve my cooking skills and help the cafeteria improve even further. Are you good at making Japanese dishes? The way Kud was happily chattering away was charming. Then I went and blurted that out. Yes! Kud smiled faintly. Seeing that made me regret asking. Perhaps she had taken my question the wrong way. However, as if she knew exactly what I was thinking, Ku just grinned and kept going. Actually, I'm better at making tamagoyaki than omelets. An egg dish. Ooh, I like egg dishes. Alright, cool. Not to brag or anything, but many people ask me for my tamagoyaki every lunchtime. I'm pretty certain my tamagoyaki would do great even in the Major League. Monies would just pour into the Tamagotchi Major League. No, there isn't a tamagoyaki Major League. By the way, I treated Saigusa-san some 3 boiled eggs the other day. Oh, I see. Nodded sagely. A few minutes later, the chimes signaled the end of recess. Ah, the bell rang! Better get going. We hurried back to the classroom. During the next class, the homeroom teacher showed up in the classroom. Noi, you're in charge of class duty today, aren't you? Ah, yes. Really forgotten about that. I distribute those forms on that desk to the class. Supposed to explain what it's about, but I'll do it during lunch homeroom. I have to go attend an unscheduled staff meeting right now. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving it to you. Okay, I'll take care of it. I left the classroom in a hurry as I nodded to him. What are the papers about? Kamari-san walked up to me and I headed to the desk. I was paired up with her for the duty today. Riki-kun, what's up? Well, they told me to pass these papers out to the class. I'll see. I'll help you. Thanks. Here's half of them. I split up and began distributing them to the class. The classroom started to turn noisy. Look, everyone, make sure you got one. Found out what the forms were about as I saw the document attached to them. A proficiency test? Seems so. We looked at each other. Our school didn't have traditional midterms. Instead, we could take proficiency tests in the middle of the term. Tests were used nationwide and were provided by a major prep school. The results were used only as a reference for our grades. Since they weren't required, you didn't have to take them if you were confident you would do well at the end of the term exam. Yet taking them usually portrayed a diligent image to the teachers and might also come in handy if you happen to get a bad grade on the finals. That's what half of the students take them. Riki-kun, are you going to take it? I don't know. I did what I did when I was a first year. What about Masato and Kengo? I looked around for them. Masato, as always, was lying with his face flat against the desk, sleeping. Kengo seemed to have cleared up his desk. There was nothing on it. He was just sitting with his eyes closed in meditation, or so it seemed. Rin-chan seemed to be fretting about something. When Rin caught my eyes, she quickly turned away. After that, she put away her paper and started blatantly pretending to enjoy the view out of the window. What's wrong with Rin-chan? I figured she doesn't want us to see her mulling over the test. I ran my eyes through the classroom for the other members. Kuragaya-san looked completely disinterested. Nichizono-san seemed to have already filled in her form. Everyone treats the test as in a totally different way. Look! What is it, Kamari-san? What happened to Ku-chan? Kamari-chan was looking at Kud, who was stiffly holding her application form. Hey, Kud, what's wrong? Sis, yeah, it's a test. I asked her on my way back to my seat. She looked at me with a troubled face. Give me a second, guys. My app is causing me trouble again. Okay, we good. Hello, Riki. You don't look too energetic. Are you unwell? No, I was fine until just a few moments ago. She cast her eyes back down on the application form. I'm a little down. Is something wrong? Yes, I don't really like tests. I think you'd be hard-pressed in finding someone who likes them. Of course, somebody like Kuragaya-san might be an exception. Shot a glance at Kuragaya-san sitting at her desk by the window. She was focusing on something bulky. Is that an encyclopedia? I'm always bad at Japanese-style tests. Her head hung dejectedly. What did you do for the entrance exam? I did an essay and some basic proficiency tests. Didn't get very good scores on the tests, but the essay seemed to be acceptable. I see. Also, I'm terrible at English. Well, I guess I know how much you struggled during English class. The classroom door opened, and the teacher stepped in. Let's continue later, Kud. I got back to my desk. I don't think she even heard me. Decided to talk to her at lunchtime again. Lunch at the cafeteria. Coot still appeared to be feeling down, staring down at the form in her hand. Coot, your pasta's getting soggy. She let out another expensive sigh. Coot, I called out. Yes, well, what's the matter? Nothing, just said your pasta's getting soggy. I pointed at her plate. You're right. Sigh. She was completely spaced out. Alright, I gave up trying to get through to her and focused on my own lunch. Udon soba, not a bad combination. It had a mysterious texture. Slurping my noodles, I cast another furtive glance at Coot. Ricky? Yes? What do you think will happen if I don't take this test? Nothing in particular, but then everything will depend on upon how well you do on the finals. Those finals would more or less determine your grades for the term. Although attendance and participation also count, it would only be a small part of the grade, or so we have heard. I see. The proficiency test was a multiple choice test with a bubble answer sheet. The application where taking the test was the same. There wasn't much time between the application deadline and the test day because the test questions were provided online, and the deadline for the application was tomorrow. I think I'd better take this test so I don't have to worry as much about the finals. Yeah, it's a good idea if you want a safety net. Make or break situations are pretty dangerous. Hello, Ricky-kun and Coot-chan. Oh, you're having lunch now? Yes, let me join you too. You usually have your lunch earlier, don't you? Yeah, I'm late today because I was watching Rin-chan feeding her cats. Two of them thought it was quite an effort to stop them. So what were you two talking about? About the proficiency test? The proficiency test. Kamari-san sat down next to Coot. Are you gonna take it? Actually, I don't really have to, but... Okay, I think I'll take it. Well, guess I'll take it together with you guys too then. To be honest, I wasn't very interested, but what about you, Coot-chan? Coot was still wrapped in a gloomy atmosphere. She doesn't like tests. I see. Coot sighed. I don't know what to do. Just stretch, Coot. Just stretch. Get those creaks out and stuff. She put her application form on the table and began eating her pasta with chopsticks. Awesome, Coot-chan. You're so good at using chopsticks. Your technique is excellent. But why don't you use a fork? Prefers chopsticks. Coot eating pasta with chopsticks was a strange sight to behold, indeed. Coot, it would be way better to do it after all, wouldn't it? Kamari-san had a thoughtful look on her face and rested her chin on her spoon handle. I guess you don't have to do it if you really don't wanna. But if I don't, I'm gonna have to work much harder for the finals. Right, you'd just be kicking the can down the road. Coot's chopsticks ceased moving as she put her thinking cap on again. By the way, Kamari-san, thanks for fetching the class duty log in the morning. Fouet, no problem, there was nothing. Kamari-san brought her club sandwich to her mouth. I'll return it to the faculty office. You don't have to, it's alright, I'll do that. I glanced at Kamari-san's plate. There was a single fruit yogurt sandwich beside the club sandwich. Are you interested in that? Noticing the object of my interest, she asked me with a grin. Yeah, those are really tasty. For no apparent reason, it isn't on the menu, and you can only get one when you ordered a club sandwich. That's so right. I like them so much. I often order that. She told me with a hearty smile that she was saving it for last. Want some? No, it's okay. I don't mean to take away your feast. I declined the offer. I'm sorry. If only you could just order this. Just this. Wrapped her fruit yogurt sandwich in a napkin as if protecting a treasure. After that, she sprinkled some salt onto her club sandwich. Salt makes the cafeteria club sandwiches taste way better. Apparently, she had covered her fruit yogurt sandwich to avoid getting salt on it. Finished up the rest of my udon soba. I made up my mind. Wait, my pasta's gone all soggy. I'm done. And Ricky's already finished eating? So what's your decision, Coot-chan? Fruit yogurt sandwich really is tasty as always. How long have you been sitting next to me, Kamari-san? Hello, Kamari-san? Yeah, hello, Coot-chan. I'm fine, thank you. Well, I think it's a little late for you two to exchange such greetings. So, Coot, what are you going to do? Well, I'm taking the test. Coot's expression of sorrow was on a whole other level than before. Shouldn't take it too seriously, Coot-chan. Ah, that's right. She clapped her hands together. I have a good idea. What is it? Ku-chan, why don't you have a study group with everyone? I can help you with English. Yu-chan's great at every subject. And I suppose you could count on Masato-kun for health and physical education. People often end up in the infirmary thanks to Masato, but I doubt he actually has any knowledge of health education himself. And you're not bad at any subject either, are you? Riki-kun. Well, no. I'm not good at any in particular either, though. What do you think, Ku-chan? But doesn't everyone have to worry about their own tests? It's okay. We can brush up what we learned while teaching you. It's a win-win situation. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm sure it'll be fun to gather and study in somebody's dorm room. It hadn't crossed my mind. We're all boarding students. It'll be a waste not to make good use of the fact that we are living in the dorms. I nodded in approval. Is that so? You don't really mind? I'd love to do it. She bowed her head. Yeah, it's okay. Thank you so much. A soothing smile finally lit up on her face. That said, we're carrying out the mission to help Ku-chan study for the test. Now then, would the mission strategist please give us a few words? I think that's you. Fue, it is? Yeah, since you are the one that proposed the plan. I see. Then I'll do it. Welcome. Well, testing. Hey, you don't have a microphone, Komari-san. There's no royal road to learning. Ricky? Ku tugged on my sleeve. What Ku? What is it Komari-san just said? Well, she said there's no royal road to learning. An unknown proverb trait off the bat? She said in a tearful voice. Komari-kun, that adage means there's no point in simply being given all the right answers. That's our Neko. That's just what I expect from you. So marvelous. Haruka-san, why are you here? Distract little kid from studying for a test. Take this. Wahoo! You're here to distract her? Well, I was half kidding. So then you're half serious. You can go home now. That's terrible. Don't give me too hard on me, Riki-kun. And Neko, did you hear that? You told me to go home. Yeah, you may go home. And Neko's heart has frozen. Komari-chan. Rin raised her hand. Yes, Rin-chan, what's up? I want to be taught too. Sure, I'm sure you can get and also improve on your weaknesses if we all work together. By the way, everybody, what subjects are you bad at? I'm not exactly bad at it, but I find math is too boring. Class literature and contemporary writing. Math. Everything related to English. All of them? I see. Well, putting Miss Lost Cause aside, you've been treating me so harshly, don't brush me aside. Okay, ask one other for help whenever you need it. Everyone, let's work hard for the test. Got it? Alright, wahoo! Like this, we began our test preparations. Our first meeting was held the same day after school. Well, there's a week left until the day of the test. Let's get cracking, Ku. Sure, I'll be in your Yeah. Okay. Let's decide who to study with. Sure! Who should we choose? Alright, this is a choice. The right answer is Kurugaya and Komari. Kurugaya-san and Komari-san, for some reason. What about Kurugaya-san and Komari-san? That sounds nice! Where should we do it? Maybe the rooftop. It would be troublesome if we were found by the prefects. Why don't we review our vocabulary flashcards in the cafeteria? That's a good idea! I just upgraded mine to the latest version! I have to check with Komari-san and see how much out of it I already know. And I'll ask Kurugaya-san to help me with chemistry. Alright, I'm texting them. Took out my mobile and wrote a message. Hi, let's do our best together! Well, if you find anything difficult to understand, feel free to ask Oni-san. Thank you for coming! Komari-san, who was good at English, and the multi-skilled Kurugaya-san. I thought the two girls were the most reliable pair to count on. First of all, we'll do health and physical education. Read the spit aloud, Kujavaka-kun. Okay. Well, just like the stamina and pistol. What the heck are you making her do? Sex ed? There's something more essential to learn than that now. Yui-chan, that doesn't cover that part. Please don't call me Yui-chan. Kuragaya-san receives serious damage. Alright, let's have something sweet before studying. Komari-san produced a plastic bag out of her bag and lined up the contents on the table one by one. Recommendation for today is raisin cheesecake. Kuchan! Raisin tabaruru? Can you eat raisin? Yes! Kusi momentarily put off by Komari-san's question. You don't really like it? No, that's not it, Komari-san. You should say tabarareru, not tabaru. Not tababababu. Hang on a minute. Fue? Kujiwaka-kun, you're pointing out that she missed a ra from the question phrase, correct? Yes, that's right. Fue tabarareru. Rareru. Riraru? Kamarin still didn't seem to be able to grasp the difference. Well, I don't think it's worth worrying over so much. But the tabararu is the correct way to say it, isn't it? Young man, language is very much a thing alive. It often happens that mutations in this pronunciation of a word spread into general use. If language were non-permutable, there would be no such thing as archaisms. Japanese is so difficult. I don't really get it. The essential point is that some people consider that sort of alterations as errors and attempt to reject them, even if they are in fact more functional. Though there are cases where the etymology and thus meaning of the word gets obscured by such changes. Me, it sounded like a matter for sophistry only. Riri? Raru? Tabiraru? What she said. Komari-san was still completely confused. Because of that, this kind of thing happens too. Well, I guess if it isn't something Komari-san at the very least should mind. Wafoo! Then, Komari-san, you don't have to change. You should always stay the same wonder for you. Fue, I'm wonderful? Definitely, extremely wonderful. It's more wonderful of you to say that to me, Ku-chan. You are born unrivaled wonderful. Whatever that means, they do make a good couple as usual. Good. We return to our main task. Well then, let's start with sentence structure. Alright, that sounds like a practical approach. Yeah, you can put off memorizing words because it's something you can do at any time. That's certainly true. Alright, here's the first sentence. I wish that it was a peaceful world tomorrow. An amazing one. Okay, will you translate it? I'll do my best. Food copied down the sentence on her notebook and staring fixedly at it, started pondering over how to translate it. So you're good at English, Komari-kun? You still need a little more work in your pronunciation, however. That's right. When I talked to an American the other day, I was laughed at and told that my Japanese accent was very pronounced. You know, it doesn't matter so long as you can communicate, and in your case, your body language alone is expressive enough to get your message through. Is that so? They feel like somehow they're in a faraway place that I cannot reach. No, it's okay. I'm quite sure you'll be fluent too if you work hard. Are you? That's right. I'll do anything to make it. Kud got back down to her notebook. I'm done! Good. Show us. Let's see. Komari-san received the notebook and checked out Kud's translation with Kuragaya-san. So excited! The two of them had unreadable expressions. What's wrong? Kujiwaka-kun, you should read your work aloud. Sure, I will! Close. Zawarudo! Sorry. I watched the world of tomorrow in which that was showing a peace sign. And you don't think that your sentence sounds weird at all? Great. You watched the world of tomorrow, but how is that physically possible? And what is that? I can't tell at all. Wafu, could it be I translated it completely wrong? You mixed up wish and wash. I think you'd better start by using a dictionary than learning each word in the sentence. I'm sorry. I'll do my best to try and achieve a good result in a positive manner. Okay, I'll help you use your dictionary to translate the sentence correctly. Well then, I'm teaching you chemistry over there in the meantime. By the way, aren't you going to take the test, Kuragaya-san? God, no, that's a pain in the neck. Okay. In the first place, I doubt her not taking the test will in any way worsen her final grades. We wrapped things up once we figured we'd done enough. Thank you very much for your help today! I didn't do anything. Actually, Kuragaya-san had monopolized the teaching. Kuchan, why don't we go over your flashcards on the way back to the dorm? Sure, let's do it! You should start with the word convenient in section 3 on page 78. Who even remember such details? The four of us left the cafeteria together. I'll do the rest with the other female members in the dorm. Thank you for your help today. It's too early to be thanking me, Kud. There's still a few days left until the exam. That's true. I guess I'd better help you during lunchtime, too. Are you sure, Ricky? Yeah, I promised you I'd give you a hand. Besides, I thought I should buckle down at least with the exams right before me. And after that, studying was what students were supposed to do, too. Alright. Then let me make you the lunch as thanks. No, you don't have to do that. Yes, I do. When somebody does something for you, you have to return the favor. I'm not sure my cooking will be to your taste, but yes, I have confidence in some of my dishes. Okay, if you so insist. But make sure you don't put too much time or effort into cooking, alright? If you got too serious about it and forget to study, that would be a big problem. Of course! Great, I'll look forward to it, Kud. And then we parted ways. Help Kud build her vocabulary during lunch break. I just finished my first go-through this book. Yeah, good job, Kud. I'm so sorry I made you spend even your lunchtime with me. Don't sweat it, it was just 15 minutes. Thank you! She clapped her hands once. Alright, let's get eating. Sure. Stretched my back. I wish they would grade us, though essays are reports, not tests. And I wish they would apply avtomat here. Think if it were reports, the grading would be even harsher. Maybe. We both drooped our shoulders in disappointment. You know what? When you are hungry, whatever she just said there. I just left my spirits. There's a bunch of grammatical errors I'd like to point out in what you just said. Thus, let's have lunch to revive ourselves. Produced 4 water flasks out of her bag and placed them on the desk. Flasks? Yes, that's right. They're thermoses, by the way. Yeah, I can see that. Because on the surface of each flask, there was a sticker bearing the maker's mascot, an animal character crying meow. Those 4 flasks with their meowing stickers made quite the fancy sight. Speaking of water flasks, Rin-san had an identical one. Here you are, Ricky. She handed me a paper cup. Can I ask you something? Sure. We're about to have lunch, right? Yes, we are. But this is a paper cup. It's made of plant fiber. Thanks, but I can already tell that. Is that so? Did I already mention that earlier? It's made of lots of fiber. I'm not a goat. I can't eat any and digest paper. Wafu, I'm sorry. You must have picked that up from someone, Kud. I smiled bitterly. Maybe. I have to thank everyone. I'm sure if it's necessarily such a good thing. I think it's something to be happy about. Do you? Anyway, I'd like to explain what all these things are for. Yes, that's right. Jen capped one of the flasks. She then started to pour the contents into my cup. A light scent of soup wafted in the air. Kud, inside the bottle, is that? Did you figure it out already? Give me a second, guys. Okay. I heard the clinking together of ice cubes within. Ricky, hold on just a little while longer. Alright. Now I get what we're going to eat. That's right. What slid down the bottleneck was white noodles. I see. That sure is an elaborate lunch. Hey, wait. Kud, what the? I felt at a loss for words. They were undoubtedly noodles, but they were much flatter than I was used to. What is that? I thought there was somen or udon, but it looks like something completely different entirely. It's kishimen. Kishimen? One right after another, flat noodles slid out of the bottle. Boys eat a lot, so I thought kishimen would be good for filling you up. Oh, thank you very much. That's so considerate of you. I bowed my head toward her. You're very welcome. And so did she in return. And the next moment, something banged. Oh my god! It seemed like her arm had pushed something down as we had exchanged bows, as it happened to be one of the bottles. Accordingly, the desk was now littered with ice and flat noodles. I'm sorry! It's fine, just hold still there, Cood. Ricky, some of them are falling down over there. Catch them, please! Over there? I extended my left arm to halt the flow. The accompanying ice was cold. Phew, we got them all. On the opposite side, she was also blocking noodles with her left hand. Let's eat! Are you serious? We ended up having to eat our noodles in those weird positions, all the while drawing curious looks from the other classmates. Okay, fill this in. Between classes, I saw girls passing around some kind of note. What's going on? Kamari-san happened to pass by them. Kamikita-san, what should we do about her? Wait, what? Kamari-chan. Rin-chan, are you done helping the teacher? Yep, Cood helped too. Cood? Yes? Cood, who had stopped a few steps behind her for some reason, had a curious expression. See you, Kamikita-san. She's gone. Wonder what that was about. Let's go eat, Cood-chan. You come too, Rin-chan? Sure. Ding. Rin nodded and left with Cood and Kamari-san. What was that about? Kamari-san being called out to by one of the girls from class was an everyday occurrence, but the scene bothered me a little. Riki? It was after school now. Cood came over to my desk. She was already wearing her cloak and hat. She had her bag in her hand. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere, Cood. Thank you. So where should we go today? I'd like to go somewhere else. Oh yeah, it's fine by me. She seemed to be in a dejected mood. Wondered whether something had happened. Do you remember the homeroom economics club where you visited earlier? Yeah, I do. You want to go there? To tell the truth, I've been cleaning the room little by little, and I think it's not clean enough. What do you think? The room is so quiet, we can study much better there. If that's what you wish, I have no objections. Let's get going then. She began walking with a lively stride. Wow, it's really neat in here. Turning the lights on, I looked around the inside of the room and was surprised to find out how much of it had changed. There was that round table which I'd seen on the previous visit. The tatamis looked aged, but they weren't dirty at all. She must have hung them out dry and dusted them. I'll make some tea. Ricky, what would you like? What do you have there? Here. Green tea, a couple of other sorts of tea, or how about coffee? Not really in the mood for coffee now. I'd rather have green tea. Okay, I got it. Make yourself comfortable. She disappeared into the back. Wooden pillars and a clove. In an antique vase there was an assortment of flowers I didn't recognize. Maybe she arranged them. The flowers didn't appear carefully arranged to my untrained eye. I suppose they might well have been done following some stone school of flower arrangement. Found a pile of cushions in the corner of the room, and picked up and placed 2 of them around the table. Thank you for waiting. She came back carrying a tray with a teapot and 2 cups. Thanks for the cushion. She set the tray on the table and started pouring the tea. The fragrance of green tea spread through the room. Thanks, Cood. You're welcome. The tea leaves aren't that high quality, though. She then filled her own cup. Hoo hoo hoo! She was cooling off the tea by blowing on it, holding the cup with both hands. You're sensitive to heat? No, not in particular. I just somehow feel like doing this whenever I have a cup in my hands. I think I know the feeling. The room is really neat now, by the way. Must have been hard work. No, not that hard, actually. Didn't have to put much effort into it. And the dorm head kindly helped me. Unfortunately, we still have no new club members yet. What does your club do? Well... Nothing in particular? That's right. This is what the dorm head told me, but there was a time when all the cafeteria food used to be... very terrible. Some of them are still that way even now. Maybe they are relics from back then, and the club worked hard to make them better. So I'm thinking that as a club member, I should do stuff like that also. Frankly speaking, the school isn't too supportive of club activities, is it? But still, I'm glad we have a gas stove here. The small kitchen in the girls' dorm also has some, but they are electric. Electric? I don't really get along well with them. You have to cook every day to keep your cooking skills in shape. Must have been the way she decided to join the club. Are you hungry? If so, I'll make you something. No, not yet. I think we should start studying now. What she said. We sat down on the table facing each other. That small round table looked pretty old. I felt certain that it had seen use ever since this room was still used by the dormitory administrator. Need more pages for your binder? No, I'm fine. Thanks for the offer. We spread our textbooks and loose leaf binders on the table. Cood, is that your new cell? I noticed a brand new mobile phone beside her notebook. Also, what is your obsession with bats? This is the one you recommended. It was very thin and had well-defined round buttons. It's very thin and light and flat. Flat? She cocked her head to the side. It's flat! Good. Oh! No, it's nothing. Never mind, Ricky. Something seemed to have triggered a deep-rooted trauma. Did your number change? Yes, it did. And I have a new email address, too. Can you give me those? Roger that! I entered their new number and email address into my address book. Alright, I'm done. I put my cell down on the table. At that moment, the waist of my jacket hit my rubber eraser and it rolled down under the table. Aw, blast. I peered down under the table for the eraser. What's up, Ricky? Just dropped my eraser. Oh, there it is. Just when I tried to reach for it, I saw what was in front of me. Ouch. Hit my head on the table. Wafu! Ricky, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Straightened my back. Owie. Did you get a bump on your head? No, I don't think so. As I entered Coot, I recalled what I'd seen under the table and blushed. Ricky, your face looks red. Must have hit your head horribly. But Arts should see the school nurse. Fine, I'm completely fine. Are you sure? You look pretty red. Worried if you suffered brain damage. Well,
How about you, the condition?
I'm okay. You don't have to be worried. Really, if you're sure. Coot, who had been leaning forward on the table, sat back down with a mystified look. She then cast her eyes down on her notes and started turning the pages. Let's see. I did up to here yesterday, so I have to start from here today. It was a really strange glance, but I did definitely spot the white. Wait, what the heck am I picturing? Mentally beat myself up for peeping into the confines of her even though it was obviously an accident. Nuh-uh. I should forget that and focus on the task at hand. Coot, do you have any questions? If so, don't hesitate to ask. I offered her help opening my textbook and reference book. Coot was groaning with her mechanical pencil pressed between her lips. She was even shaking her head from side to side, without dropping the writing tool. She was doing that so well. Remembered seeing something similar on TV before. She looked just like that dog I'd seen that was at a loss for how to deal with a complicated task. There's so many things I don't understand. Okay, and I think we should get started with what seemed the most important. That was how our study session began. The recent economic indicators in the northern countries of the EU. We were reading a textbook on social sciences. I usually left that heavy book in our dorm room. However, I had brought it today for a geography class, so we were reviving what we had learned in that class from the book. I know memorizing the basics is essential, but there's just so much. That's true. She underlined a sentence in her textbook and lifted her face to see me. Speaking of geography, what countries have you been to so far? I asked, opening my atlas. To be honest, I was getting a little lightheaded, so I thought some small talk would help refocus me. Well, France, Britain, Italy, Belgium, Romania, the Netherlands, Germany. Pointed at the map of each time she spoke of the name of a country. The United States, Canada, never been to the Iberian Peninsula. Also, India, Sri Lanka. I just visited those countries to see the tea plantations. And the same goes for Israel. Brazil is the only South American country I've ever been to. Then Denmark, Norway, Sweden. Could it be you've been to most of the European countries? Yes. The length of stay varies though, anywhere from 6 months to a couple of years. Went to those countries with your grandfather for this business, didn't you? Yes, that's right. Parents were so busy with their jobs, he's the one who brought me up. And I figure he must have felt responsible for me. Your grandfather is running a trading company, right? Yes, he's working with an old friend from Cosmos. Clav Cosmos? Is that the name of a trading company? Right. This is where my grandfather was born. I peered at where her finger was pointing. It was on the Baltic coast, near the Baltic states. Yes, my grandfather's hometown is sandwiched between the Baltic states and Russia. As a child, he moved to a Central Asia country. I am not that familiar with it, but he said it was because of a forced emigration or something. He doesn't like talking about it much, but he'll talk about the South Sea Island development from when he was young. In what country did you stay the longest? Longest? That's probably Tavuya. But it hasn't been in one stretch. He moved here and there around the world. Where's that country located? I've never heard of it. It's in the south, a very small island state. If you flip the map, is it like Tuvalu or Kiribati? Yes, it's like those, but it can't be found on most maps. He was right, it wasn't on the map. I wonder if I'd been able to find it if I would looked in books at the library or searched online. I have what's called a dual nationality. In other words, my grandfather is a Ruski who also has a Tavuyan citizenship. When she realized I didn't understand what she had just said, she began to explain. Ruski means Russian, or so he told me. There are two kinds of nationality, just sanguines and just soli. Tavuya applies just soli, while countries such as Japan and Russia apply just sanguines. Just Soli gave citizenship to all children born in that country. Just sanguines gave citizens to children based on their parents' nationality. I see. So what's your nationality? I have Tavuyan citizenship because I was born there, and Japanese citizenship for my parents. I don't seem to have Russian citizenship. When the Soviet Union dissolved, it caused a lot of chaos in the newly independent states around it. For my grandfather's policy, it didn't fill out the proper paperwork, or something like that. Never been to Russia. For me, Russia is a far-off, unknown country, and I can speak some broken Russian as my only connection to the country. Judging by your name and appearance, I guess that she came from some northern country, but that had turned out to be a misconception. Could it be your cloak? Yes. You wear it because you're sensitive to cold? You might be right. Japan is much colder than Tavuya. I know a lot of countries colder than Japan. In such places, I used to wear 4 cloaks, a coat, a fur cap, and ear mufflers. It must have been heavy. Actually, it was so heavy I couldn't walk well. Returning to our previous topic, your family seems very complicated. You could say that. Most of my family has a dual nationality. I guess my grandmother is the simplest case. Your grandmother is Japanese, right? Nationality notwithstanding, it would seem that Kud was a quarter Russian by blood. I think I talked enough about me. Why don't we go back to studying? Sure, sorry, I distracted us. Look, I've got some notes from Kyosuke about what he thought would be on the test. Let's focus on the bits listed in the notes. Hi, Isa! We ended our short break and turned our eyes back down on the textbooks. Thank you very much for everything. Kud bowed to me at the entrance to the boys' dorm. I'd meant to be part company with her at the club room, but she insisted on walking me up to here. I feel like we made great progress today. I felt quite certain we would be able to pass geography and history. Ricky, eat these as an evening snack if you like. She handed me a couple of foil wrapped packages. They were cold. They're roasted onigiri. You'll eat them with the microwave in the dorm's common room. Thanks, Kud. Can I really have these? Of course. They're ones I made and kept in the freezer. Hot green tea will go well with them. Alright, thanks a lot. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes. Bye, Kud. After waving farewell to her, I made my way back to our room. Oh, Masato, you're here. Welcome back. Hey, you're late, Ricky. Something smells good. What do you have there in your hands? Roasted onigiri Kud gave me. Will you close the door? My hands are full. Oh, those look really tasty. Having closed the door, she started staring hungrily at the rice balls on the tray I was holding. The fragrance of burnt miso also was really alluring. You can have some too if you study for the exam with me. Oh come, rice balls don't have anything to do with studying. Yes they do. Kud gave these to me as snacks to eat while I study. Crap, how dirty of you two. I'm quite sure she did it out of kindness. In anguish, Masato was struggling to make his decision. Alright, I'll open my notebook after eating them. I told you they're to be eaten while we study. Okay, I give up. I'll give you 2 of them, and I don't think I could eat them all by myself anyway. Yahoo! Yahoo! I picked up one rice ball and dug in. The crispy textured rice mixed with the hot flavor of miso magnificently. The onigiri tasted excellent. Tasty as hell. No, it's beyond that. This is that. What's Bryn call it? Super duper duper tasty. In a blink of an eye, Masato gobbled up the 2 rice balls. Little Ku is the one who made them, right? Yeah, so it seems. What is it, Ricky? Ku's good at making Japanese dishes, isn't she? Masato's face was asking, so what? But I ignored it and pressed on. She likes making them, but at the same time, she also thinks it's weird that she likes making them. And I knew she was even worried about what other people thought of her being a member of the Culm Economics Club. Her family is very international. Flipped through the pages of the atlas. Learned that from her today. The gap is what makes Kud who she is to us, but, well, she herself wasn't comfortable with that. What was causing Kud grief was that others didn't see her the same way she saw herself. Masato? Bang! The sound of the atlas being flipped over. Noticed that he was staring at me with an uncharacteristically serious face. No, it's nothing. He left his fingers and lay flat on the floor. Come on, tell me, Masato. Guess it can happen to anybody. What? Never mind. He let out a yawn. I'm sleepy. I'll go to sleep. Hold on a second. Were you going to study? I'll do that tomorrow. Night, Ricky. Already? You should go get to your bed, Masato. In a moment, he had already started snoring. Jeez, at least finish what you were saying. Oh well, guess it's alright. I murmured, putting a blanket over him. Good morning. It was early morning. Good morning, Ricky. And I think with that, guys, I'm gonna stop it there. Good morning, Kud. Maybe we'll go on for like 20 seconds. Good morning, Kud. Sato and the others had been summoned by Kyosuke and gone somewhere. Wonder what happened. Too bad. Was hoping I'd have more time than usual to play with them since I got up early. Kud seemed to be having an on-day duty and was fluttering around. I saw that and remembered the question from last night. Alright, I better do this first. Look into the question from yesterday. Yeah. Look into the question from yesterday. Right? Sorry, let me look again. Yeah, look into the question from yesterday. Worried about the question from yesterday. I'm gonna go to the library and check. Kud, I'm gonna go to the library for a bit. See ya! Okay, now I'll end it here with Kud saying see ya. Because that's what's actually happening. We're saying see ya. So, see ya. But yeah, I'll see you all later. I'll be back with this game again as soon as I'm done with the Disney Dreamlight Valley shenanigans. So look forward to that. We'll deal with Kud when we return. But take care, guys. See you soon. Bye!